Hello, one person out there. There you go. There's Jeff. Hey, there's David too. Look at this.
Hey, we're all coming on. Nice.
He made it.
Can you see it all right?
Yeah. Wait, I didn't play the intro because you weren't on yet. I want you to see it.
Okay.
Hold on, guys.
There you go.
I had to do it. He even put his name up there. See?
I like it. Jeff got a new haircut. Your mic is up. I can't hear you.
Jeff's having audio issues.
Nope.
Can't hear you. He about to go out and come back in. Yep. Anyway, hey David, thanks for filling in tonight. I know it was last minute. I got a call from Brent about 4:00 Eastern, saying that he was under a deadline for a book, running behind. So he's like, "Listen, he said even if I could spare an hour, I would do it, but I really can't do it."
Wow.
So, but luckily, I got D-Wams in my back pocket, who I know will always come through for us. Actually, David and I were talking today, and he wanted to do a live stream in the next few days. I figured why not the next few hours? So
there you go.
There we go. And I think we got Jeff back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
There we go. All right. I don't know what. Every week, man. Every week.
I was just explaining the circumstances by which David came our way tonight.
Yep.
So we thank him for doing that, coming out, and I guess there's really only one other thing to do, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, what would that be, Ken?
Let's see if Jeff's audio comes back on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, well, wonderful. Well, there you go. Well, that's a blessing.
All right. Who do we get? Anybody get a claim out there? What's up, guys?
Let's see. Checking out the comments. What's going on, Annika? How are you? All right.
Oh, in the video, I'm thinking, well, hey, that's my Doom. Yeah. I glommed the best picture of the night. Use that for the background. What's up, Neil? We got a claim out there for David. If anybody's interested.
Yep.
If not, he's just going to work on something else.
Yep.
You know, it's always great just to watch David draw. So, you know.
But here it is. It's 11 by 17, $125 for the sketch, plus shipping. So maybe that's what was holding people off. They didn't know how much it was. So,
oh, well, there you go.
11 by 17 sketch, $125. First person to claim gets to pick the character.
That's right.
Oh, claim Lady Death by Neil.
Neil's getting a Lady Death. Awesome. Thanks, Neil. So how are you doing this week, Dave? Everything going good?
Yeah. You know, working on Bass Reeves, trying to get it done. And also some of my creator-owned stuff. You know, same old. Lady Death. Who are we talking about? Is that the Marvel Lady Death?
I think that's the one he wants. I don't think it's
with the green, the one that was in Thor Ragnarok.
Is that? Hold on.
I don't know what I'm mixing it up with because I had Neil Gaiman on my mind and thinking of Death.
It's exactly what I was thinking of when I was thinking of Death, but I don't think that. I think that you're more on the Marvel track. Let's see. Let me go to my trusty internet here. Not to be confused with Lady Deathstrike, but Lady Death. Oh, okay, this is actually it's a different character. It's from sort of like is it Evil Ernie? Is that is this the Lady Death that we're going for? Let's see. Let's see if I can find something else here like this. Is that the one you want, Neil? Is that the one you're looking for, buddy? Let us know if that's the one you want. Yep, that's it. All right.
Okay. All righty.
White skin, big boobs. Very, very nicely put, Jeff.
All right.
All right. Well, I hope everybody else is doing good this week. I know Ken and I have had a fun week. We've been discussing everything for MegaCon coming up in August and working some fun stuff out for you guys. And always a lot of fun around here. Ken's experimenting with different camera angles.
Yeah, why not? Keep our ugly mugs on the screen for once.
You know, that's what everybody wants to see. I don't think it is, but you know.
Where's Anna going either?
You know, exactly. She's out there.
She's out there. She is.
But yeah, you guys are going to be really. We got some great stuff coming up. Some great guests coming up. Have you heard back from any of the other ones, Ken? I hadn't talked to you about that yet. Has anybody gotten back with you from those connections you made?
No, not yet. Still waiting.
Well, hopefully we'll get back soon. They all seemed very, very interested when you were talking to them down in Pensacon. So hopefully we'll have some more big names to announce pretty soon.
Yep.
But
we're working on some. We'll see what happens. We're also going to go to Suncoast Comic-Con this weekend. Say hi to Ariel. She's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So be nice to meet her face to face. I've met her a million times online, but you know.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah. I know, Ken. You went to one con and now it's like you got your fix. Now you can't wait to go to another one, right?
Yeah. And we're doing MegaCon. I'm really excited about that. I don't know when they're going to announce what's going on, but you know we're going to be bringing Larry Stroman,
mm-hmm.
Javier Avila, Alex Rigel, and Bill Morrison is now coming.
There you go. That's our.
That's going to
those
be.
Those are our 4 C's. You know, our
4 creators. If I get D-Wham if I get David on a plane, he'd be coming too. We got to go to him, he said.
That's right.
Yeah. So it looks like the con season's starting to heat up, so that's going to be some great fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be the first time I'm doing a Comic-Con style convention. I mean, I did tremendous amount of them when I was a sports guy, so I will tell you this: there was no difference when I had the past last weekend. You know, walking around, going in the back room, everything was the same.
Mm-hmm. I don't like
the only difference is the back room of a sports convention is usually lined with footballs and helmets, and as far as the eye can see, for these guys to sign up. Like so, that's the only difference, really.
Right.
So it should be fun. Now we get to design some signs and think of other promotional things we might have, and who knows, maybe even a 4C party one night.
Yeah, it's on the tentative agenda. So we'll let you guys know as soon as we do. We're working some stuff out. We're trying to make it fun, you know. But yeah, I need to get off my butt and order your book online, because, like I said, I went to another Walmart and I couldn't find it. I'm like, I think these are just. I keep going to the crappy Walmarts. I go to the ones that close at midnight. I need to go to one of those 24-hour
Yeah, yeah,
Walmarts
yeah. Wow.
to get the good books.
Yeah. Do you have any of them?
No, I the 24-hour Walmarts. They're going to be a little bit of a drive. I'll have to do it when I'm headed out of town a little bit because the only ones around here are just there's two of them and they're both the ones that close at midnight. So that's all right. I do some traveling to other parts of the state. So as soon as I have a week where I'm doing that, I'll be able to hit one up. I'm sure I'll find your book there. And if not, I'm just going to order it online.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to buy them all at once and get them all. Whatever I get my hands on.
Are you planning to do a graphic novel when you get to a certain storyline, or
Say again?
would you do a graphic novel when you end the storyline or anything?
On Bass Reeves?
Yeah.
I don't think so. After this is all said and done, I've said my piece. I said the most important part about it. Stuff, but the next tranche is nothing but superheroes and monsters.
Wonderful. Well, look who joined us tonight to hang out. Hi, Ariel. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. How's everybody?
Doing fantastic.
Awesome.
So there you go. You guys never know who's going to pop in.
Thanks for coming on. Ariel's getting ready to get on a plane to come to Florida.
Oh, is that
Oh
right?
yeah. Tomorrow.
Well, we can add that because as you can see, Ariel's drawn. So what do you got on the board there, Ariel?
Got a little commission and have to bring it up tomorrow. So I'm trying to get this done tonight.
Very good. Well, if you want to throw a claim up there, you just let me know in the private chat.
Oh, no
Don't
problem.
scare everybody.
Yeah, let's see if I can crank this out.
And if you guys have any questions for David or Ariel, just let us know in the chat. And we'd be more than happy to point them out to them so they don't have to. We'll read them so they don't have to look up and they can keep creating wonderful pieces of work here. Annika says hi.
Hey,
Hi,
Annika.
Annika.
Yeah, Andrew's like, double show tonight. Yeah, Lucas is like, whoa, where'd Ariel come from? Yeah.
Yeah, it was last minute. That's why I had to put this thing on.
Yeah, I was telling Ken earlier I was making dinner and I just overdid it. I ate way too much and I'm like, this is gonna be a long first hour. I gotta digest some of this food. Oh. Look at that. A little Darth Maul. Little Lady Death.
I think we'll
We're
stick
all
with
about
this
the
for a
dark.
minute.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ariel came out of nowhere.
I just popped in like a daisy.
Hey, Neil, if Ariel does a claim tonight, a Hagar the Horrible, you know what I mean?
That would be an interesting pairing, I think.
Well, he's in the chat. He said maybe he'll start collecting them by different artists. You can get them by 2 tonight.
Yeah. David's already flying on this one, man. This is great.
Have you two met Ariel and David?
No, we have not.
No, we haven't.
It's nice to meet you.
You too.
That's us. 4C, bringing creators together.
On the network, right?
Mm-hmm.
David doesn't do a lot of conventions. That's probably why you didn't run into him. What do you do? Two a year, maybe?
If that, yeah.
It'll be a convention or one of these live streams. There's plenty of artists I haven't met yet in person. but
Oh,
I
yeah.
met them through a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was telling Jeff. I said I'm gonna go to the con this weekend and get to see Ariel face to face.
Yeah.
Although I feel like I know you already. It's gonna be, I don't know how it's gonna be kind of weird. Same thing with
They're
Jeff.
like,
I've never
oh,
physically met
hi.
Jeff.
Nice to meet you finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you guys wouldn't know it to talk to me and Ken, but we've never met in person.
Really?
Nope, never. Everything we've done is through helping each other out and through the groups and through this wonderful thing. Because he lives in Florida and I live in just outside of Washington D.C. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to. So MegaCon will be the first time we meet up. We've tried to meet up when he was driving to and from Jersey, but just never seemed to pan out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I was always going through at the wrong time of day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of firsts this year.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really jealous Ken got to go to a show last week because I'm fiending, But it looks like stuff's going off without a hitch. It looks like most of these shows are going to happen. People are getting vaccinated, which is good, and we're slowly coming back. And
Ariel's been doing some shows. Have you been seeing an increase in the attendance?
Oh yeah, it's been crazy on how much the showrunners, and especially with my manager, that all of a sudden they want me to go to these shows, and I didn't even know they were even existing already. Like, I thought they were closed down, and but nope, they're back online.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I've heard about small shows here and there, but I haven't heard about any the bigger ones until Ken went to that Pensacola one, and now they're popping up all over the place.
Yep.
Ariel, Neil had a question for you. He wants to know, is that art all over your walls?
The art behind me, most of them are from my friends, and they're mostly prints. So I only have 2 originals on my wall. One is my Darth Maul that I did, and I had Ray Park to sign it. So what I'm going to do is get, since I'm going to be in Washington in a few weeks, Sam Witwer is going to be there. So I want to see if I can get him to sign it too.
Oh, cool.
Oh, neat.
And then Ray Park signed my, also my Darth Maul print that's up there. And I did a small collab with one of my art buddies, Mustafa Musa. So it's a Joker on the corner. But everything else is prints, and I've collected them over time from artist friends that I made on shows, just to show support.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, I'm glad you got your second shot, Neil. I'm sorry you feel like crap today, buddy, but it's worth doing. So that's one of my big things. I want everybody to go get their shots. So let's get everything back to normal.
Yeah, really. It seems to be going that way, though.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing that MegaCon, Ariel?
MegaCon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be there.
So will we.
There you go.
Awesome.
We will have Larry Stroman, Alex Rigel, Javier Avila, and Bill Morrison.
Nice.
So we'll have our own little booth. We're near the comic sketch guys. We're going to bring spitballs. Or Nerf guns. We should get Nerf guns, Jeff. If we're near these guys,
start a war.
Yeah, they're not that fun. They probably wouldn't like it. We'll have to find a fun group.
Well, we're the upstarts, We're the new kids. We're the new kids on the blocks. We're the troublemakers.
We're the ones who got thrown out of MegaCon.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if we want to start off our 4C con career by getting kicked out of the con on the first day. That would probably be bad.
Sometimes that stuff becomes legend,
Yeah.
There's a first for everything.
That's right. Do you remember that time at MegaCon when Ken and Jeff took out Nerf
Exactly.
guns and fired at all the other art reps and got thrown out.
Yeah. Or we'll just we'll fire solicitation darts at all the artists we want.
Propaganda flyers.
Yeah, exactly. Leave the zero. Come to the heroes. Come to 4C.
Oh, man.
No, not trying to make waves. Let's see. Clint wants to know if you're going to be at C2E2 this year, Ariel.
I should be.
There you go.
Because I already talked over with my manager, so it's definitely in the works.
Yeah. When is C2E2 this year? Is it
It
November?
should be later this year, like November, December,
Yeah.
around the area.
Yeah, I was talking to Ken. I'm like, I don't know how these shows are going to do their 2022 schedules, because a lot of them moved out of their normal spots to try to squeeze something in at the end of this year. So I don't think they're going to want to keep those spots. I think they're going to probably want to go back to their original ones. So do they wait like more than a year for their next show, or do they just do one like 3 or 4 months later? I'm like, I'm confused by how they're going to be doing these. So I'm very curious to see what happens.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm trying to see whether if it's gonna happen or not.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
So that's a commission you got working on the table?
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you take a lot of commissions for the shows that you do, or do you do a lot while you're live there? How do you do it?
Kind of like how I'm doing here. I take as I can get, and whoever comes first serve. And then sometimes they'll come at the end of the day, or if there's not enough time and they cannot come back later, and then I can just mail them out.
Oh, okay.
But if it's like a 2-day weekend and I'm there on a Saturday, they can come pick up on Sunday.
Yeah, that's cool. So it sounds like you don't get a lot of free time after you leave the show. You're pretty much working on stuff the whole time you're
Oh, yeah. Should have seen it at Torpedo Comics. I did 6 the day, but they were bringing me like 2 at a time. And I was like, okay, I'll do this one and this one. And as soon as I get done with them, they bring 2 more out. And I'm like, how many are there in total? And I said, do you want me to bring the rest of them? I'm like, okay. And then she comes back out, and there's like 10 of them in a pile, like this big. I'm like,
oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to have to do this at home.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
And
there's...
They're like, how many do you want to take? Oh, as many as I can get for the day. Like, I should have said 6.
Wow. Yeah, well, it just shows how much people want your work, but it's one of those things that also shows that there's how long it takes you to do that stuff.
Yeah, I think it was like between 30 and 45 minutes for each one. Mm-hmm. And then I had tons of remarks, so it kind of took out of that time.
Yeah. Let's see. Clint put up C2E2 is December 10th through the 12th. Okay. But yeah, it's crazy because there's all these cons that normally fall in the beginning of the year that are all trying to squeeze them in November, December. And I'm like wondering, like, especially the ones that you normally have their shows. Like, I'm pretty sure C2E2 is normally in the end of February, beginning of March. So it's like, if they have a show in beginning of December, does that mean they're going to have another one like 2.5 months later? I just blows my mind to figure out how they're going to be doing this. I guess the one will be there. I mean, people have, missed cons, but I just can't imagine people going to Chicago, 3 months apart to go to another huge con. That's going to be interesting. But you never know where Ken. Yeah. You never know where Ken and I are going to pop up, though. 2022 is going to be a very interesting year. We'll have to see how MegaCon goes, and then we're just going to kind of go from there. and we're gonna see if we can add, as many shows as we possibly can, and start getting back, because we have total faith we'll be able to continue these awesome Thursday night draws and other special night draws and stuff. But when the cons start back up, weekends are going to be kind of spoken for, I think, for a while. I think everybody's going to want to get out there in person and do what they would do what they've been doing, do what they love. Except for David. David's not going to go to any cons. Then, David, you said you usually do Heroes Con, but you don't even know if you're going to do it next year. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, you got a little ways. I think it's a little over a year, so that'll be a nice amount of time to see how everything's going.
Yeah. It all is predicated on how far I get my creator-owned thing done. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chris, I never underestimate nerddom. I know. People would go to a con every single weekend if they could.
They would.
Oh, yeah.
I would.
But I think people have gotten spoiled over the last year when they start having to pay for hotel rooms and travel and food and have to, and don't have all that money to spend on art like they've been doing buying stuff from home. I think it's going to be a rude awakening.
I bet you there's going to be a lot of creators who don't go out there, though.
Well, I think there's going to be some people who are, it's like everything. It's like people who have, jobs who used to travel for their jobs. I think it's going to be sort of kind of hybrid now for a while. I think a lot of these older creators might find that it benefits them to stay at home and not try to, do cons like they used to. And if they do, definitely not as many. I think I just saw an artist post that he's only going to do 3 or 4 conventions next year, and that's it. So, and this is of somebody who normally does, between 15 and 20. So,
damn, that's great.
Yeah, it's a lot of cons, man. Yeah, we're not gonna lie.
That has to be their main source of income.
Well, yeah, I mean getting out there and doing stuff, and yeah, I mean, I would imagine, but I guess they've found a new revenue stream with the doing stuff online. So it's one of those things where you have to weigh that, the cost of going there and just the headache and all the stuff that goes with it. So, but you know how conventions are, depending on who, what kind of deal they give the artists to come in. Sometimes they pay for everything, sometimes they pay for nothing, sometimes they just pay for a little bit here and there. So it's like, it can be a big hassle if you're like, wanting to travel somewhere and you have to pay your own plane ticket, and you gotta, especially if they don't even give you a table. And I mean, most of them at least do that, but even some of them don't even give you a table. They make you buy the table, and that's just ridiculous.
Well, I know MegaCon said that the Procreative tables was closed, so I guess they filled their allotment.
They haven't announced anybody yet, though, which is kind of weird. So,
yeah, I don't know if they're waiting for them. They've been announcing actors, and they announced somebody today.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I know the only thing I'd heard about was I think all of the Hobbits are going to be there. It's like the 20-year anniversary of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That was it.
See if I can bring that up.
Let's see. Cameron says, good evening. Hi, Ariel.
Hey.
Let's see. Boom, let's see if you just joined us. David is drawing a Lady Death, and Ariel's working on a wonderful commission she's got for this weekend, a little Darth Maul action. So as soon as David gets this one to a point when he's almost done, we'll open up another claim for him. And you never know, Ariel might open up a claim too. So stick around if you want something, or if you just love our banter and small talk.
Well, Megcon's got Dave Bautista,
Ooh.
William Shatner, George Takei, and today was James Marsters from Buffy.
I've met James. I've actually met James Marsters, and I've met Captain Kirk there.
Are we talking about for Dallas?
No, for
No,
MegaCon.
Oh, because I was about to say all those names are coming to FedEx Expo at Dallas as well.
Well, it's the same company, so
Yeah.
they probably booked
Yeah.
multi-deal.
But no, I've never met Batista though. He seems like a pretty cool guy. I don't know. Everybody who's in the chat, do you guys like doing the photo ops or the or the autographs with the celebrities? Is that something you dig? Or, I mean, I wasn't really into the autographs, but I definitely, if there was somebody I wanted to meet, I definitely thought it was cool to get a photograph with them. I thought that was kind of neat. But yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys are into that stuff. If you like the conventions that have like the B-level celebrities and stuff, or even the A-level ones. I don't know. I'm sure some people in this group have probably met, like Chris Evans and all those mega stars. Let's see. Yeah, Chris, like I said, I think they're just waiting to announce they're trying to let a little bit leak at a time before they drop all the celebrities and all the artists that are going to be there. Which we're kind of thankful for that, because now that we've given them our guest list, we're kind of hoping that we can get some top billing on some of that. So, we didn't want to kind of just flow in the end. We're kind of good to be on the ground floor of that, so that's cool. Is that you, Avi? All I see is Facebook user. Whoever said nope, rather meet artists and shop for statues rather than meet celebs. But I can't see who you are, because you need to log out and give StreamYard permission to view your name. So if that applies to you, then sneak back out, hit the link, and come back in. Otherwise, I don't know who I'm talking to. Let's see. Lucas loves the B-level celebrities. They're much more generous with their time. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's Javier. Javier is the one I can't read his name on.
Yeah, it is Javier.
Nope, Brandon's all about the comics and the art. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Javier called me. And I called him back and he didn't answer. So now he's on the chat.
He's a night owl. He's a night owl, man. He's probably been sleeping all day.
Yeah, he's just waking up.
But yeah, well, I mean, that's why they have those celebrities, for the shows, is to bring in those people who aren't into just the comics and just the artists and the writers and stuff. They want to, they want something, they want to get that movie crowd. They want to get those people who love the pop culture. So that's why I've always been kind of partial to like Heroes Con, just because it's just about the comics and the creators. Let's see. I've always wanted to meet Power Rangers, says Cameron. Let's see. Bruce Campbell. Okay. Michael Rooker. All right. I always told people there's one person who I would line up and pay almost any amount of money to meet, and that'd be Bill Murray. I don't know if he'd ever do a comic book convention, but I would love to meet that man. Probably have to go to a golf tournament to do it. I have no idea what Chris is talking about, but he heard something funny. Oh, Annika, tell me, were you there for that? Did you see the panel? I know. That's a guy I just want to meet, man. He seems like the freaking coolest guy in the world. Probably too cool for me. But, wow, he actually did San Diego Comic-Con. Monica lives in San Diego, so she's privy to all that stuff. Jealous. David, did you ever do any of the San Diego Comic-Cons back in the day?
Yeah, I used to live in San Diego, and I used to. Well, I'm from California, so
Oh, there you go.
I did it for like 15 years, and I said, you know what, I had enough. So it got a little bit out of control for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're just standing there talking to a friend, you could barely hear them, and then you get distracted by some other shiny object, and you can never finish a full conversation. So I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. I always said I've never done San Diego because I'm an East Coast guy, so I never made it. The furthest west I ever made it for a show was Dayton, Ohio, back in the day. We're talking like early '90s.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just kind of go up and down the East Coast.
Yeah.
So it's on my list. You know, I probably wouldn't do what I do at a normal convention. I just kind of want to go, you know, pay homage to nerd Mecca, as I like to call it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it moved so far away from it being about meeting the creators to where it's just all about celebrities and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I was at a table one time where, you know, sitting right next to Marv Wolfman and Lynn Wein, and, you know, everybody's making a big to-do because Hugh Jackman was there, and there was no line there hardly for Marv Wolfman and Lynn Wein. I'm like, hey, here's one of the guys who created Wolverine. You guys are over there. I'm like, what's going on? So that gave me perspective to make me just go, you know, this is just out of control.
Yeah. It's almost like you can't call it a comic book convention anymore.
Yeah. Well, they don't.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's more of a pop culture convention, but it's still in the name. It's still isn't it just it's still San Diego Comic-Con? It should just be San Diego Culture Con or something.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And there was some talk pre-pandemic about it getting to be so big they were thinking about moving it out of San Diego.
Yeah, so they were threatening that for a long time.
Yeah. Maybe the COVID crisis is going to be a good thing for them to but then again, I mean, I can't imagine the next one's going to be, I think everybody's going to want to go to that show. It's just going to be unbelievably insane. After 2 years off. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe how packed the conventions are getting.
Yeah, people got no fear. I just really, really hope they're all vaccinated. That's my hope.
Same.
So when you said you've done a couple shows. Are people masked up? Because I know Ken did his show in Florida, and they really don't care down there, do they, Ken?
They do not. But there was a lot of people wearing masks.
That's good. But I'm kind of curious as to the other parts of the country.
They don't really care much.
Yes, Javier, we can see your name now. I was just on the phone with him.
Oh, okay. You talked him through giving StreamYard his permission? That's so nice.
Yeah.
He's been on the other side of this too much. He doesn't know how to do it from that side.
Yeah.
So the only shows you've been to so far are in Texas?
Yeah, and in Vegas, I was wearing my mask, and they were like, "Take that thing off."
Wow.
As long as you're vaccinated, you can not wear it. They're like, take it off.
That's crazy. Well, it's just, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's a trust thing. You know, you're just trusting that everybody who's not wearing one has got their vaccine. You know. Wow, that Lady Death is coming out spectacular. Look at that.
It looks good, but it don't look great.
That means that Ken's not going to kick him off the sketch yet. He's going to let him work a little longer. And Ken won't say anything to you, Ariel, because you're not working on something for the 4C crowd, so he can't tell you how long you have to work on that one. So I hope everybody out there is having a good week. Another week down, another Thursday night. I hope you all tuned in on Monday for the special draw we had with Larry Stroman. That was fun. I was busy. I could not attend, unfortunately, but Annika filled my shoes perfectly, and she's much better looking than I am. So I'm sure you guys enjoyed that a lot more. And then Randy Emerlin was nice enough to pop in, so that was pretty cool. Teaming up the two guys from Alien Nation, and then Larry said that Randy had inked more of his stuff than any other artist, and that was kind of cool. I did not know that. So we're always finding out new stuff when we talk to the creators. Well, I don't know who's going to be getting that Darth Maul, but that's looking fantastic.
I was going to ask. I think I know who it's for.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. He just said to me, "I think that's mine. The Arrow's working on."
Yeah.
It's for the show this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cheers, buddy.
There you go. Well, see, you didn't even know you were going to get to watch it live, and now you are. That's pretty cool. So, Ariel, have you gotten any sniffs or anything from any of the big two trying to lure you in to do a cover or something? I'm always hoping.
I'm hoping too, but so far I've gotten stuff going on for Image and possibly IDW here soon.
Okay, that's definitely nothing to shake a stick at. That's great stuff. Just always boggles my mind when none of the DC or Marvel hasn't grabbed you up yet.
I'm still getting my reins up. I'm in there. So it might happen, might not. Who knows?
Are they in a position? Are they in a position to grab up new talent?
As far as I can tell.
That's the beauty of the doing all the different variant covers and stuff. They can, like Ariel's probably not going to. You said that if you were going to do a book, it would be like interiors. It'd be a very small story or something. But you're more of a cover artist, and that's kind of what that's what they look for, is somebody to sell books. And your stuff is gorgeous. So I can't imagine that no one's seen your stuff and thought, hey, why don't we have her do a variant for this book? And it'll just fly off the shelves. So it's so funny because people talk all the time about how the big two are always looking at, they're always on CAF, and they're looking at artist commissions, and they're looking at stuff like that, because then they'll just approach the artist and be like, hey, I see you did this commission for this person. We'd like to use it as a cover. And so they're getting basically already done covers out of just commissions that artists are doing, which is one of the crazy things about how the art world has changed. Since
definitely. For either DC or Marvel. Just gotta find the right title.
Oh yeah. Ken, were you trying to do something?
Yep.
I guess you were. All right. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and open it up. And it looks
Stephen
like
Curtis.
Stephen Curtis. I think he might have had a little advance notice since you kind of jumped the gun a couple times. Yeah, Ken was teasing away until he dropped it. Yeah. So, Stephen, that's all yours, buddy. Let us know what character you want, and you will have the next sketch from Mr. Williams. So I'm going to ask both of you guys this, since you both have done conventions and you do conventions. So how important is the chair they give you to sit in at these conventions? Like, have you ever sat in one that was just like the most god awful, like folding chair or something, and you can't even work in it? It's so bad.
I had that one time, and yeah, my back was killing me for the next week.
Oh, jeez.
I just float.
No, I mean, I've heard artists say that some of the times the chairs were so bad they just stood up and did their stuff on like an easel or something because they couldn't even use them, or they
Yeah.
Wussies.
How do you like that claim, Jeff?
Let's see. Age of Apocalypse Colossus, please. Wow. That'll be interesting. Let me see. I need to.
I don't even know what that looks like.
I know. Exactly. I'm trying to think. I'm a huge Colossus fan, but I don't know if I remember what the Age of Apocalypse Colossus looked like. Let's see. Let's see. Age. Oh, it's the second most popular thing under Age of Apocalypse, so. All right. Looks like he's got like a bandana. Hold on, I got to find a good picture. That is a crazy looking Colossus. Yeah, this is like Joe Mattiera time, I think.
You want to hold it up to the screen?
Yeah, this is the best one I can find. Oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he's got kind of a Ninja Turtles head mask on, and he's got some red metal armor and stuff. I'll see if I can find another picture. That was just the best one I could kind of give you. Actually, there's a really cool, looks like there's a statue of it that somebody made that's pretty cool. Here, let me show this statue just because it looks too cool not to show. Look at that thing.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, like I said, I collected for a long time, but I got out of comics before 1994. So I missed a lot of the stuff that came after. I kind of got out right before the bottom got out of comics. I'm not saying they were related. I'm not saying that I was single-handedly keeping comics afloat, but, you know, you can draw a line, you know, from one to the other. Sure. But yeah, no, that's a very interesting version of Colossus. So I'm sure David will be able to knock that out of the park.
Oh, that's for me? Oh my god.
That's for you. Yeah, that's for you, buddy.
I thought that was for Ken to draw.
I can only draw seagulls. I'll do a few.
Seagulls and clouds. Seagulls and clouds.
There you go.
Oops.
Oh, they're beautiful, Ken. They're beautiful.
I'm an untapped talent. I know. But it wouldn't be a live stream if I didn't share the single greatest piece of art.
Oh, there it is. The Larry Strobing stick figure Batman.
I love it.
I'm gonna have to get David to do an 11 by 17 one of somebody. I don't know.
A stick figure Incredible Hulk. See how you make that work.
Make that work.
That's funny.
Yeah.
stick figure, the thing. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like a rock.
Basically. Look at that.
Yeah,
Check
look
that
good.
out.
Nice. Congratulations, Neil. That's a great piece.
That's awesome. Do you need to see more pictures of that Colossus, David, or you think you got it?
Yeah, I'll Google it real quick.
Yeah. The magic of Google makes everything easier. That's so sweet. Now, is this going to be, this is just black and white, or is it going to be color?
Yeah, this is going to be colored.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to tease him now and say, color, you went all out.
Yeah, it was one of those last minute commissions before a convention. And I went ahead and just said, yeah, I'll do it.
Then I asked you yesterday and she said, I ain't doing it, Ken.
Yeah. That's why I was like, yeah, I got a lot on my plate already.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Neil says he loves it, David.
Oh, great. Good.
Yeah, Lucas, that was a Larry Stroman original. I think I'm gonna, Annika's got her thing, with Jane Foster Thor, and Dustin's got his thing with Erica Slaughter. Maybe my thing will be the Dark Knight stick figures.
Dark Knight stick figures. There you go.
Ariel, can you fit that one in?
A Dark Knight stick figure?
Yeah, on a comic backboard.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah. Ariel's like, Ken, you'll have to hit me up at the show. I don't have time to do that right now.
I'll have to write it on her commission list when I get to the show.
Stick figure, okay.
Is she gonna do it?
Neil says that his thing is Chaos, Coffin Comics, Universal Monsters, Strange, and so many more. But he's still tempted to do a Hagar.
Oh, that Universal Monster that Bill did for him was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is.
Can't wait to see how this one turns out. This is going to be insane. Have to get Ariel to hand David some colors to color that hood. Unfortunately, the internet doesn't work like that yet.
Yeah.
Did you see that setup she's got there?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
David? Yeah, that's a lot of markers.
Had to cost a grip.
Comes with the job. Yeah, and the fun part is putting everything back.
Yeah, and once again, we're sorry for anybody who was expecting Brent Peeples tonight. He had to cancel. He had something come up, so we were lucky enough that David and Ariel were nice enough to come on for us. So we really appreciate that because we didn't have much time to figure out what we were going to do. So thank you guys again for coming in and keeping us company. I don't know if anybody would be on watching Ken and I talk for an hour. So
watch us spitballing ideas.
Yeah, exactly. Taking ideas from the chat. I've been trying to put different pieces of artwork behind me every time we do one of these live broadcasts to show off some stuff, and I decided to. There it is, yeah. So I decided to go with Wonder Woman's favorite man. So I've got my Steve Trevor pages behind me tonight. I've got my Broken Finger Steve Trevor from Justice League, and my alternate universe Steve Trevor from Flashpoint pages up here behind me. So there you go. So you can check it out. It's a great. Everybody likes a little Broken Finger Steve Trevor when he comes in to save the day. You can see his gun. See his gun hand? Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, a little there. And then just lucky enough to grab this little page from Flashpoint. So you got this nice Steve Trevor panel in the middle.
Very nice.
Yeah. So a little less recognizable than most of the superheroes' counterparts, just because he's kind of just a guy, and he doesn't really have an outfit, so you never know. But I'm a fan. You know, the man behind the woman, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Linda. Oh yeah, Ariel. Linda says your Star Wars pieces have been fabulous. I completely agree.
Thank you.
I think it really helps that you're a fan of Star Wars too.
Oh yeah. For the longest, I've been telling myself I gotta do more Star Wars stuff, and whenever May 4th came around, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna go all out.
Yeah.
So it's still May. So.
Hey Peter, what's going on, buddy?
I guess Dave and I don't count.
I said, you know, Peter doesn't live too far away from me. I need to schedule a trip. He lives where I used to live down in Richmond, Virginia. I go down there about once a month, so I got to see if one of these days we can hook up and get a beer or something. Now that the world's going back to normal.
Somewhat.
Yeah. Getting there.
Baby steps. Burn, but it'll get there. Biden was saying 70% vaccinated by July 4th. They said we're on track for it. So
let's hope.
We'll see.
I said I am. I didn't even realize it, but today is the day that I am fully vaccinated. It's 2 weeks since my last shot. So I am good to go, which is nice.
Nice.
Yeah. And my daughter got her first shot about 10 days ago, so she'll be getting her second shot soon. So I had to wait for her. She falls into that 12 to 15 category, but as soon as she was able, she wanted to go out and get it. So setting good examples. I know Ken got his early because he's a senior citizen. Ken's got a great story about that. Yeah, that's apparently the gray hair makes Ken look a little old.
Yeah, I got my haircut yesterday, and when the lady was ringing me up, I saw on the screen it said senior discount. I almost stopped, and then I realized, well, I might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah. Ken's just north of 50, so the senior citizen discount should not apply quite just yet.
Although every time I get my hair cut, I wonder why my father's standing behind me. Because that's not my white hair falling all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to embrace my age. That's why I had to cut my Vinnie Barbarino and just shave it all off. That's right, Linda. Linda says, you take that discount and run, Ken.
That's right. My wife's got a kick into it.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's so much younger than me. 2 months.
Yeah, she looks a lot better than you.
I was born in November of 70. She was born in January of 71, so she's convinced she's a year younger than me.
Of course, that's how it works. Didn't you know?
I know.
Wow, that Colossus is going to be so fantastic.
Did you guys watch Army of the Dead?
I did.
I did, yes.
Did you like it?
It was...
And coincidentally, I watched it in Vegas.
I really enjoyed. Did anybody watch the behind the scenes thing they did on it?
I didn't. I saw it in the theater.
Yeah. Wow. I watched it. I watched it, and they did a whole like hour-long behind the scenes thing, and I found that like 10 times more fascinating than the actual movie. Just to see all the work that they put into doing all that stuff was just insane. But I mean, the movie was what it was. It was a zombie movie. It was entertaining. It wasn't anything, nothing I was gonna write the Oscar committee about. Predictable in some places and predictable in most places. Yes, very entertaining.
I'm a big Zack Snyder fan.
Mm-hmm.
That movie was not good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I mean, I really enjoyed his first zombie one, the one that with Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
That took place. That one was awesome. I just, I don't know what he was going for here. I think they just kind of gave him carte blanche, and he just like went crazy with it. And
he's juggling.
Yeah.
He's trying to say too much in this one, and he's juggling way too much stuff. Where, okay, is it aliens? Is it robots? Is it just zombies? I mean, he has all this stuff.
Oh yeah, time travel. Like, what is it all?
Yeah, and if you can't answer at least part of it, then you failed on this one because you're making an assumption that we want to stick around for the next one.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of movies do that. I think that's the problem everybody had with, like, say, the Age of Ultron movie for the Marvel Cinematic stuff was it was almost like a commercial for the rest of the movies to come more than being its own movie.
Yeah.
And so you have to kind of set that baseline before you can start,
I mean, they should have never called that Age of Ultron. That was like the week of Ultron.
Yeah, exactly. And it's you definitely have to, that there's a reason why they call them Easter eggs. You leave small clues that allude to a future thing. You can't like put them in the forefront of the movie and not answer those questions and just leave them out there. But for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, we don't want to ruin it for you, but just go into it knowing that it's going to leave you with a lot of questions and whatever. It's guys killing zombies, girls killing zombies. It's zombies killing people. The giant tiger.
I'll tell you, that tiger was the best character.
I just lost my pencil. Where did it go? That's weird.
Yeah, but if you, like I said, if you get a chance to and you're looking for something to watch, on Netflix. They actually have the making of that, and it's really just the amount of work they put into like just doing Vegas, just redoing all of Vegas as sort of like destroyed and keeping all the. I mean, it's just, it just blows your mind that they put that much work into a movie that turns out to be that kind of just meh.
Yeah.
You know, like they put all this work and all these people put all this heart and soul into it, and the movie is just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, aren't these supposed to be scary? You know, and there's nothing scary about it.
Nope.
I told the story on Monday when this weekend in Pensacon, I got to talk to Dirk Benedict a little bit about Battlestar Galactica, and he said that the first 3 episodes cost $170 million to make.
What?
That was in the 70s.
Dang.
He said they literally drew. He said they literally had entire scale sets of the hangar. He said there were multiple full scale ships. You know, because they didn't have CGI back then, so if they wanted to pull it off, they had to do it that way.
Wow.
So he said, you know, massive sound stages. He said the first episode took 79 days to film. And I asked him, well, how long did the first episode of the A-Team take to film? He said 7. So that shows you how much they put into those Battlestar Galactica shows in the very beginning.
Yeah, because he played Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica, and then he played Face on the A-Team.
That's
For anybody
right.
who doesn't know.
That's right.
That's crazy. Yeah, that money now would just be like, I mean, the equivalent. I can't even imagine a TV show that would have an equivalent budget to what that.
Well, they couldn't now because they can do everything CGI.
Yeah.
You know, it keeps the budgets way down. But
like the Mandalorian stuff, you know, they have that whole special, you know, place they film everything.
Yeah. Well, that's
you know what what's it called? I know you're gonna know what it's called. What's the little area where they film the Mandalorian? They have the whole video screen room. What's it? The Void
or the green screen?
No, yeah, but
it was like a dome.
Yeah, it has some kind of special name where they do it all, and it's literally this gigantic, like huge room with screens on the ceiling and screens on the sides.
It looked like an IMAX theater kind of thing.
Yeah. And they put stuff in the foreground, but it blends into the background, and when they move the camera, the perspective moves with the camera. It's crazy. It has a name. I'm sure somebody in the chat will probably know what it's called. It's called like the Void or the come on. Where are my nerds?
Where's Bacon?
But it was like a dome.
You have Google at your fingertips.
I know. I prefer for people to find out this stuff for me. Let's see. Watch, I'm going to get almost to typing it in and someone's going to answer the question for me. Let's see.
Well, yesterday I did an interview with Phoenix Comic Art. Or comics, I should say, not comic art.
Mm-hmm.
I got to talk a little bit about 4C and showed a little bit of my art collection. But at the end, they asked me 5 trivia questions. Now, luckily, they asked me who my favorite characters were, so they were at least related to that. But, man, I was nervous. I wasn't going to get these questions right, but I ended up getting them right.
Oh, nice. They didn't stump you?
They didn't stump me, no. But it was fun. They're good guys. It was interesting. Interesting being interviewed. You know, live on screen like that. I've been interviewed for other things when I was in the sports marketing area, but first time doing something live like that. So it was pretty cool. So check them out if you guys get a chance. Phoenix, Fenix Comics. I think they're out of Missouri, I think you said.
Very cool. I'm still trying to look this thing up. I can't find the name yet. I will find it.
I think you're making it up now.
He said you were looking for guests. I told him D-Wams would do it.
It's almost impossible to find him.
He's ghost.
Mm-hmm.
He's there 1 minute, he's gone the next.
See, they keep calling it a stagecraft technology, but that's not the name they have for the area. I'm going to find this thing. I'm not crazy. I swear. I know it has a name.
The questions, Bacon, the first question was, it was a layup, but they were all kind of layups. One was, what team was formed by Spider-Man, Wolverine? Who else was in the Fantastic Four?
Ghost Rider and Hulk.
Ghost Rider, yeah. That was the first question. The second question was, what color was the Hulk in the first, in Hulk #1?
Wow, these are softball questions, man.
Yeah. The third one was, I don't remember now. One was what is Iceman's real name? That was a good one for me.
Bobby Drake.
Bobby Drake. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I got it. All right. Once again, my college is gone. But I can remember the name of Iceman.
And then one was about what was Larry's Larry, and who's the writer for X Factor? First collaboration. That was obviously X Factor. That was that question.
Oh, they were who is the writers for the original X Factor, like the first?
Well, no, with Larry when Larry started his run.
Oh, when Larry was doing it. Okay.
Yeah. The last question? I can't remember what the last question was. It was a softball though. They were nice to me.
Yeah.
Damn, look at that.
Wow. That is phenomenal. I'm still trying to find this stupid thing. I'm going to find it if it takes me the whole show. I'm going to find the name of this thing.
It's a rear view projection
Let's see.
process.
It's part of the... I'm telling you, it's got a really cool name, like The Void, but that's not it. It's something like that. It's the...
Linda says it's called The Volume.
The Volume. There it is. Thank you, Linda. About time. Been killing myself. Yeah,
he was about to hurt himself with that one.
Yeah, I was.
Should have never bailed you out.
Oh yeah. It's still. I mean, I'm reading the coolest stuff. Like just looking for the name. It's it's telling the coolest stuff about this. Like they eliminated the need to shoot on location. It was an immersive 20-foot high by 270 degree LED video and ceiling with a 75-foot or yard. It's just crazy, the diameter of it. But I thought the coolest thing is the fact that, when they're doing this stuff, like, they have stuff in the foreground and stuff in the background, but as they move the camera, it has to move the perspective, and it stays with it. It's such a cool thing. I'm really into the behind the scenes stuff on this because I find it completely fascinating, the amount of work that goes unrecognized they put into these shows, even the bad ones. Yeah. Just the amount of work they put into it. So I like to see how it all works. I like to look behind the curtain,
I mean, I like watching commentaries better sometimes than the actual movie, just to hear the process of what the director was thinking when they even did bad shots.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched a commentary of the movie.
What?
I don't know. I've just never done it. I don't know if I would like it or not. I have no idea.
I only do it to see the creative process.
I do it just to have it in the background while I'm drawing. Hear somebody talking.
Ken, if you're going to start, you should do the Goonies, do like the 30th anniversary of Goonies with all the Goonies
Oh,
talking to the director, Richard Donner. That's a good one to do.
Is it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I've watched The Simpsons. I used to have The Simpsons on DVD the first like 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched some of the commentaries of those, but never for a movie. It's so interesting. I've been looking for that information for so long. I wasn't looking at the screen, and now these pictures are just halfway done. When they were, they showcased about 10 pieces of my art collection,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them was my David Williams Hulk cover.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't select them; they did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he was going through your calf picking out pieces. Yep. That's right.
Yep. Matter of fact, David is sending me a tremendous amount of art that I'll be offering up to the 4C faithful first.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And then when those you don't buy it, I'll offer up to everybody else. And then you'll get mad when it's getting sold on dueling dealers for 3 times the amount. David just told me it's a big box, it's heavy, and I have to sign for it.
Well, that's all the things you want to hear when you're getting stuff in the mail. It'll say Fragile on the side of the box. It's going to be a giant leg lamp with fishnet stockings.
Last time I heard that was from Larry Stroman, and I could not believe the amount of art that he had sent me. But it was fun. I mean, it was a lot of ode stuff. I got to ship all that out, make a lot of people happy.
Mm-hmm. I'm one of them. I got one of the pieces.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I couldn't believe he still had a page from Uncanny X-Men from the '90s. That blew my mind.
Yeah, and wasn't that an issue where they had like 4 or 5 different artists?
Yeah,
and that was the last page.
Yeah, it was the last page of the issue, and yeah, Jim Lee and Kevin Nolan did the cover, and Jim Lee did about 3 pages in the book, but it had Whilce Portacio did pages, John Byrne did pages in the book. God, I can't even think about it. I think Rick Leonardi did some pages. It was just a bunch of old, like, X-Men artists. They just brought back anybody who'd worked on the X-Men, I think, or was going to, or had done an issue here or there. They just had all these people come out, and they each did 3 pages for the book. I don't know if that was, I don't remember the context of it. I don't know if they had planned it that way, or if they couldn't get it done, or how they did it. But whatever, it was really interesting when you're reading the book to look at the different contracts. I had totally forgotten that John Byrne had done any work on the X-Men since his run in the 80s. I totally forgot about the fact that he had done that until I picked up the book after I bought the page from Ken.
Yeah, it was a nice page too. Like you said, it was the end page.
Mm-hmm.
It was missing 1 bubble, I think, but you replaced that, right?
Yeah, it was missing two word bubbles, but I used my ingenuity to recreate them so I could put them back on the piece. Which anybody can do. It's really, people make it out like it. All you do is you find the original comic page and you photocopy it. You blow it up to 11 by 17 after making it black and white, and then you got your word balloons right there, and you can just cut them out and just use some archival tape to stick them right to the art so it doesn't damage any of the ink or the paper, and you can stick them right on there, and then you can. Which is kind of cool if anybody, well, if people have art nowadays, most of the art doesn't have, I said most of, almost all art does not have word balloons on it or any kind of writing. So if ever you really like the dialogue that was going on in the page, that's something you could do before you frame your original art. You can always do that. Make a black and white copy if you're not, unless you're lucky enough that they printed the book in black and white, or you were able to find a production cover of it. But you can always just make it black and white, and then you can cut out the stickers and you can put them on there, and then you can recreate it with all its word glory. Or if you're real fancy, you could print an overlay or something if you wanted to do an overlay for it. I'm not quite that fancy.
Do you have a favorite X-Men artist of all time?
It's like asking me to pick my favorite kid.
That's easy. That's one.
Yeah, well, yeah. But if I had more than one, I'm sure that I would have to. No, it's. Let me think. I mean, obviously, I loved Byrne's run. That was classic. That was when I was first getting into comics when I was a kid. That's the one that I remember. That's the comics I stole from my brother. And I love Jim Lee's stuff on it. Obviously he was big when I was older. Silvestri's stuff is gorgeous. So the answer is no. I cannot pick a favorite artist that worked on the X-Men. There's just too many. I loved Barry Windsor Smith had a very limited run with where he did this really cool storyline with Forge and Storm that was gorgeous. Rick Leonardi's stuff on it. Paul Smith. I mean, it's basically that all the artists that got me into collecting when I was younger had worked on the book.
John Romita Jr.'s run.
Yeah, John Romita Jr. I love that. I actually I have him signed all the books that he did his run. And I love the one where he's got Wolverine and he's got the full figure with the claw up. It's just not to mention this 25th anniversary where his mask is all ripped. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, I mean, I loved Will Portacio's on it after when Jim Lee left to do his own book or to do his own X-Men book.
Salvador Larroca.
Yeah, see all that. Some of those are after my time. Like I said, I got out in like 93, 94. So I'm trying to think of who took over. Oh, I mean, and on the X-Men book itself, Andy Kubert. Andy Kubert's one of my favorite artists. And that was not on the Uncanny X-Men, but on the regular X-Men run. But I don't know. David, do you have a favorite before I muddle on and mention every single person who ever worked on X-Men?
It's only between John Byrne and Paul Smith.
Yeah.
Everybody else sucked.
You big liar.
Oh, I'm fully.
You think they all
invested.
Sucked except for those two?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's a strong stance, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm with you with like Levin, Byrne, and Smith, though. They definitely did some great stuff. But here, you want to see her? Here you go. I'm sure I've showed this one before. Here you go. There's my. No, see my daughter's art. This is my daughter's art behind it. Sorry, there we go. So this is the Paul Smith.
Yep.
Colossus, awesome. Gorgeous. Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah. But got to support the daughter too. I think she did this when she was about 10. Yeah, but so you gotta. I think I was putting the stuff away, and she was like, do you want to frame any of my stuff?" And I was like, "Of course I do."
That's right.
I don't. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any Byrne X-Men. I did. I actually had a friend that I used to collect with who owned a whole bunch of it back in the 90s, and I'm pretty. Yeah, he had a whole bunch of it. A lot of us back in the day, we were friends with his art dealer, Jim Warden, and we all used to pal around. I've actually been to Byrne's house when I was younger, and my buddy actually got drawn into one of the Next Men books. He drew him as a character because he was such a huge Byrne fan. I'm pretty sure he sold all those pages though, but I think he got a pretty penny for them. Not that they wouldn't be worth 10 times what he sold them for now, but I don't think he was complaining at the time. I'm pretty sure he used it for something very nice. So.
Yeah, I was over at Paul Smith's house, Smitty's house, with a friend, Jason Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
And we were about to leave, and he goes, and we're leaving through the garage, and I look over and I see all these. I hope I'm not talking out of turn, but he's probably moved out of this place by now, hopefully. But in his garage, he had all these FedEx boxes, and on each one of the FedEx boxes, it had like X-Men and Doctor Strange, and, you know, Leave It to Chance. And I'm like, what is all that stuff? And he goes, oh, it's just the art from the books.
Oh, my God.
When we went over, it was all the issues that you would ever know that he did on X-Men, and it's like most of the art. And so we got to thumb through all of that stuff, you know, and it was just an amazing day because we were just like, oh man, we got to kick it with Paul Smith this day.
Right.
And then because he said, yeah, hold on a minute, I'll be right back. And then he comes back. And he comes back with this big giant bong, right? And it's almost as tall as him, and he's taking a toke, and he goes, hey, you want to hit this? And he's hitting it, and he's choking, like about to die. He goes, you want to hit it? We're like, we looked at each other, and, you know, we're kind of straight edge, and we thought about it for a moment and said, no, we're good.
Oh my God!
It looked like he was about to die hitting his bong.
Oh
but we had a good time that day, and we got to talk about that for years.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yep. So we almost got high with Smitty.
Well, whatever. You were with him when he got high, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you couldn't even tell if he was high. So. He's so used to it, but man, we thought we were gonna have to take him to the hospital because he was choking on that. We were like, dang, man.
Oh man. No, that's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, definitely Byrne and Smith. But like I said, I can't. It's too hard for me to pick. There are certain issues or certain pieces that just. I mean, the whole reason I collect is for nostalgia. So all of that just brings me back to being a kid. So it's really hard to separate a lot of it.
Sure.
Like that, you know. So have you ever met John Byrne?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a weird situation too.
No giant 6-foot bong involved, I'm sure.
No. It was at a San Diego con, actually, and some people were, like saying, oh man, he's kind of like a jerk or whatever, stuff like that. And I was just, make sure you don't have any image work in your portfolio if you show him, because I always wanted to show him some of my stuff.
Right.
And, that's all I had at that time. I had some of that and some Marvel stuff and a little bit of DC stuff. And so he was having, we ended up at the same restaurant right after the show, and I happened to have my portfolio right there. Didn't have enough time to take it back to the hotel. Mm-hmm. And he was having dinner with Arthur Adams. And Arthur had just walked by, and I said, yo, Art, that's John Byrne, right? He said, yeah. And I said, hey, do you think it's all right if I show him some of my stuff? And he said, oh, yeah, absolutely, go ahead. And so I go over there and introduce myself. He introduced me, and I get to show him some of my stuff, and he was nothing but complimentary, and he was actually just probably one of the sweetest guys I've met and stuff. And I was hearing all these horror stories, prior. It's like people trying to, muddy the waters and stuff like that, because right. I guess they had a bad experience, but I didn't. And he was just really, really cool. And I was just like, sometimes you hear that, don't meet your heroes. Some of that is true to a certain extent, but you can't always put that use a broad brush on people. You know, you never know. And he was just amazing and complimentary, and when we went back into the show, he was just like, hey, he saw me again, and he said, I really meant what I said, and shook my hand, and he said, you know, I look forward to seeing some of your stuff, you know, in the funny papers and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, it made my show.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's the stuff you like to hear.
Yeah, you know, it's like there's so many people who want to put out that negative stuff out there, and I was like, nah, you know, give people a chance, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and like I said, when I met him, I mean, I was super young. He was never anything but nice to us. You know, when we would all hang out, and because because of the group that I was with, I was definitely the youngest person in the group. So it was one of those things where, you know, I just kind of I was just kind of there. I didn't really try to stand out at all, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't want to put my foot in my mouth too much, but he was nothing but nice to us. Told some great stories. Talked about how he can't see 3D art when it's upright. He has to turn it upside down.
What?
Because it was very weird. Like he can't, like when he's looking with 3D glasses, he has to turn the art upside down to get it to pop out. I don't know what it was about it, but like, so when that's back when you had like the blue and red glasses. It wasn't like the fancy ones they have now. But he talked about how when he was looking at the book, he couldn't, like, I think he had done that Batman black and 3D book. And he was saying how he couldn't ever look at it because it didn't look 3D to him unless he turned it upside down and then the pieces popped out. And I thought that was really interesting.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How old were you when you met him?
Oh, I was like 17.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, I mean, you know, like I said, I mean, I know people who started in this business when they were that age, but I was not a very mature 17-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, especially, you know, like nowadays, if, you know, you run into somebody my age who's collecting art, you know, they probably got a little bit of money on them and a little bit of purpose. But, you know, back then I was getting, you know, $20 sketches, spending $3 to go to a comic book convention, you know, and stuff was just not like it is now. You could just go in and, you know, scrape together what you had in the couch and you could buy something, you know.
Sure.
So it was just a little bit different. Plus, you know, being a fan of that stuff back then, before any of the, you know, before anybody knew before everybody got woke to the coolness that is, you know, comics, before the common person did, you know, definitely came with a, you know, sort of a stigma. We used to, because most of the guys I hung around with were probably about 5 or 6, 7 years older than I was. They were doing it from a business aspect, or they just had deeper pockets than I did. But they, what we used to have we would, this is how we used to correspond, was we got like 10 of us had each other's addresses, and we would write these long letters and descriptions and make photocopies of all of our art, and we would send it to everybody. And I still have a pile of these I found in a closet somewhere, that's like all these letters I wrote back in 1990 to all these guys. And if I showed you the art that these guys had in their collections back then, it would just blow your mind. Like, because I still have photocopies of like all this stuff, and it is just insane. Like how much this stuff would be worth if these guys were lucky enough to still have these pieces, and how much they paid for them back then. Yeah. It's just like, you know, pennies. It's just nuts. I've actually been tempted to like try, if any of them had phone numbers or addresses, to contact any of them to see if they're still in the art game. But I'm like, you know what? They probably sold that stuff years ago, or they're never going to part with it, or wouldn't even remember who I was.
I'll get off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but there's a few of them who I still keep in touch with. I still see at shows, you know, when I go. That I got, you know, some of my buds I've known for, like, it's so crazy to think that, you know, my first Heroes Con was 1993, I think, was like my first Heroes Con. I'd been to conventions for years before that, but I don't think that I ever went to Heroes before that. And that was the 10th anniversary of Heroes Con. And next year And next year is going to be the 40th anniversary. So that was 30 years ago that I went to that convention.
Yeah. Wow.
It's just nuts to think about how long.
Where does time go?
Yeah, it's crazy. And we have a whole nother one of these shows. If I told you about all the art that I used to own, that I sold years ago, that could buy me a house now, but I probably wouldn't sell it now. But then, when I didn't really care about this stuff as much as I do right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. That's why I got out of the art game.
Yeah. I look at it all as an investment now and just for fun. So it's one of those things where if I ever had to sell it, then I have to sell it. And if I never have to sell it, I'm more than happy to keep it, and I'm happy with it. And it can stay with me forever. So
Yeah.
I don't look at it as, as much as I used to look at it. Look at that beautiful piece. That is gorgeous. Did we lose Ken? Is Ken there?
I'm here.
There you are. Did you see Ariel finished her piece there?
Is she done, or is she still doing the lightsaber? It might be done.
Oh, no, that's done, baby.
There you go.
That is gorgeous.
There you go, Chris.
All right, I'm up for one sketch claim if you guys want to.
Oh, there it is. We just threw up the quick one. We're not going to do the video.
I didn't have time for a video.
Time.
Hey, can I claim? I'm going to do a verbal claim. No, I'm just kidding. Annika. She is on it, man. Sorry, Lucas. Just barely missed out. Annika is on it. She is there. She had her finger on it. Sorry, Jeff. You're way far behind. You got some slow internet, buddy. That was about 6 seconds too late. But thanks, everybody. It was you, Annika. Yes, you got it. She's like, yay. All right, kiddo. Who do you want? You're lucky we didn't make you host tonight. You would have missed out. We're all waiting in anticipation. Should tell her right now she can't get female Thor, or she can't get
Erica Slaughter.
Erica Slaughter. Yeah, we're gonna put restrictions on yours. All right, and as everybody just saw, we have one for David too. So anybody who wants to claim David, go ahead and claim that. We already know Ariel was gotten up by Annika, so if somebody wants David to draw something, speak now. We're still waiting on Annika to figure out who she wants to get. Ooh, she wants a Valkyrie.
No, she can't get a Valkyrie. She can get a Jane Foster Thor.
To match her Thor. She wants a Valkyrie to match her Thor. Oh, and Evan has claimed David. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wilson beat Evan by just so fast that I didn't even see it. So, Wilson, sorry, Evan. Wilson beat you. I apologize. He wants Armor or Karma from X-Men. I'm not familiar with Armor.
Isn't Armor the girl who's got that big bubble kind of thing around her?
I'm not sure. I will find out, though, with my trusty slow internet. I'm using all my bandwidth to stay on this stream with you guys. Let's see. All right. X-Men. Armor. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. So she's got like a sort of like a see-through like power
Jane Foster
thing
Becker.
going on. God, it's almost like they're trying to get 2 characters out of you here, David. I gotta tell you, people are definitely pushing the envelope on these. It's like, can you draw a character inside a character for me?
Oh boy.
Well, who's the other one?
The other one was Karma.
Oh, Karma. I kind of want to see the armor.
Well, of course you do, Ken. Let's see. Here's the best picture I've got of this character. If you want to see, I don't know if you're, maybe David is familiar with this. I'm not sure. So this is just a. Can you see that?
Yeah. No.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Karma then. No armor. We're gonna move on to Karma. So let me call up Karma, and I love that. Yeah, I can see it. No, I'm not drawing that. All right. Oh yeah, that's going to be a much easier task, I think. Wow, this is, you might want to. I mean, there's so many different interpretations of her, but she's basically. I mean, it's just all about how you want her to look, I guess. It's just the suit's the same. Here's a. Let's see. I mean, there's one right there. Let's see. There's.
Oh yeah, I know.
One. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not. Yeah. There's a good one.
Yeah. She's in the classic X-Men or New Mutants outfit.
New Mutants. Mm-hmm. There
Cool.
we go. Now, you sure you don't want to do armor? I mean, I'll give you another shot at it. I can see you were wavering. Not at all, actually. Yeah, Wilson says that's why Karma's the other option. Because he was going, hey, listen, man. What Ken, what do you always say?
You miss every shot you don't take.
You miss every shot you don't take. So we appreciate you taking that shot. Unfortunately, it was a Hail Mary from the bleachers. And you didn't hit on that one, but you made the layup, and that's all that counts. You still got the 2 points. So Annika, I know you're going to love this sketch. It's going to be, hopefully it'll be a good companion piece for your Lady Thor, or Jane Foster Thor, or whatever they're calling her. I'm pretty sure it's just Thor, but if you just say Thor, it kind of, people don't know what you're talking about. So.
Well, supposedly in the comics, she's more named like the Mighty Thor.
Oh, so she gets the moniker. I like it. Because I like, it's amazing
Instead
the world
of
we
just
live
Thor.
in. Yeah, exactly. Like my daughter always describes her friends to me, or to people she's just met, and she always uses gender non-specific pronouns, and that's just a completely new thing for me to get used to when she's just describing people. It's just something that, our generation was never raised on. So when she says that she met somebody new and she tells me their name, and their name is, could go either way, I'm always like, I'm like, is that a guy or a girl? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like,
I don't know.
That's that exactly. Well, if you're a dad of like a single girl, and a high schooler is talking to your daughter on the bus, you kind of want to make sure, I'm trying to be a little, protective, maybe just a little inquisitive of finding out, who she's striking up conversations with. So, yeah. So, and then, and I was like, well, if you had to guess, I tell my daughter, if they were to pick one to identify as, and you had to guess, which one would you say they lean to it? Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I was just on your Instagram. Did you put those mini character designs in there?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, just rub it in everybody's face, Annika. She's like, I'm shocked that I got it because I'm cooking again. You're like the person who wins the lottery who's like, oh, I only bought a ticket once. I can't believe I won $500 million.
Listen, if you didn't get it, you got no one to blame but yourself.
So, Ariel, what are you? Are there any characters that you're really hoping to see on the next season's Mandalorian that they haven't introduced yet that you'd love to see a live version of?
Since I finished Rebels,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking maybe if they reprise any characters from the show, maybe a Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Okay.
That would be a cool one to do.
I would like to see that myself.
Let's see. I'm trying to refresh my memory on what they look like so I can figure out who I would fan cast.
My number one decision for Thrawn would definitely be Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah. He's got the blue skin. He's got the. I could see that. Oh well, you know what? I guess you're not the only one, because this popped up as soon as I put it on there.
Yeah,
there's a nice picture of Cumberbatch.
It's known for him to be fan casters.
Yeah, of course it says in this title he has no interest in playing.
Yeah,
that's all right.
That just means they haven't offered him enough money yet.
Yeah. They should have. Disney should have written that into his contract when he signed on to play Doctor Strange.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll pay you all this money to do this, and you have to play a character in the Star Wars universe to be determined at a later date.
Right, of our choosing.
Yeah.
The Thrawn comic was pretty good when it came out a couple years ago. You read any of the comics, Ariel?
I haven't read it, but I need to.
And like clockwork, my headphones are going out. So hold on one second. I swear I need to buy a second pair of earbuds. Although they only take about 15 minutes to charge up, so it's not too bad. Look at that. Make sure you hold that one up nice and close, David. I really want to see that. That is just sweet.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. I'm super jealous.
I knew you were going to like that one.
Oh, man. Well, you remember last time we were on, I think that we were at the end of the night, we were trying to get, he was going to do one more sketch, and it took I want to say it felt like an eternity. It was probably only 60 seconds before somebody claimed it. But I was flirting with the idea of just taking the claim myself. And the irony is the character I was going to ask for was Colossus. Not that Colossus, but I was going to ask for Colossus. That was the area. That was the one I was going to ask for. And then somebody ended up chiming in. And, of course, I'm always going to leave way to the 4C crowd. I'm never going to try and take a spot. So, but, yeah, that's definitely sort of like an interesting version of what I was going to get. So that's pretty cool.
All right.
So now we got a Karma coming up. That'll be interesting. Here's this very cool Valkyrie. And since she didn't say how much the sketch is for the Valkyrie, Ken, we can just charge whatever we want for it because she's already started it. So
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think. But what was it that you charge, Ariel?
Usually it's $150 for the sketch.
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say it if I was wrong.
I think Annika will be fine with that.
Yeah. She claimed without knowing. She's not.
Yeah, exactly. She's just like, claim, I don't care. Take my money. Wow, she's definitely putting the work in.
Yeah. So, Aaron, when you do MegaCon, are you with Comic Sketch Art there, or are you doing it by yourself?
For MegaCon, yes.
Yeah. They usually have a pretty big presence there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will actually be my first MegaCon, so I'm kind of curious to see how it all goes. I've never done it. I've never done that con before.
Me too.
Ah, there you go. Well, I said we're gonna do some fun stuff down there, so we're thinking about having a little 4C gathering and stuff. We're definitely gonna get some meals and stuff. We'll have to all hook up and get together while we're down there.
And of course, you're invited, Ariel.
Of course. Right. She's like, no, I'll be too busy drawing in my hotel room.
Probably.
We'll be doing that too.
Well, no, we won't be drawing. We'll be with people who are drawing. Yeah, we'll bring our whips with us so we can get the guys to draw. Just keep drawing.
Hopefully, some of our buddies are gonna join us too.
Yeah, well, I think we got a few other art collectors from out of town who are talking about coming down. I know a few of them gotten their plane tickets, so that'll be fun. So, like I said, most of these guys I've never met in person. Or I've met them once, and it's going to be crazy because we've all gotten to know each other over Zoom and through other ways. So it's going to be so interesting to get to actually be in the same room with everybody. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, that should be wild. And that being said, I do want to. There's some pieces of art that I have left over that haven't been moving. So I'm going to sell them at a discount. This is going to be part of the 4C MegaCon fund. So these prices that I'm going to offer on these things are going to be, as of right now, just for what we're doing tonight. Because if you guys don't buy them, I'll probably find someone else who will. So I've had these pieces on the 4C site before, but like I said, they're pieces that they're the last remnants of a few commissions we've had or art drops we've had, maybe last piece. So severely discounted. If anybody wants it, just let us know. This is the first piece. You guys can see that?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay. This is a recreation of. Do you remember what issue that was, Jeff?
I can find out. Not off the top of my head, but I've got it handy.
This is a recreation of an issue of The Thing by Ron Wilson. And if anybody wants it, $150.
That is a steal. Hold on, I'm going to find out. It's a cover recreation that he did for The Thing, number 5.
There you go.
It's pretty much exactly the same as the cover of Thing
He's
number
wrapped in
5.
the anti-street sign and getting
Mm-hmm.
whacked in the head by She-Hulk.
And you got Wonder Man and then Spider-Man.
Yeah. So $150.
So if anybody wants that, that's a tonight only exclusive.
Here's a Daredevil piece. Again, Mr. Ron Wilson. These are both 11 by 17, by the way. This one is $100.
$100 for a full figure ink with backgrounds. Can't beat it.
Bob Layton sketch cover of Iron Man. $200.
Oh my God. I can't believe you're selling that for $200, Ken.
$200.
Yeah, I don't even think you could get him to do this now at a show for $200, let alone a commission at home.
Dirk Benedict, Bill Morrison, $150.
Shoot, that's almost as much.
JSA certified.
Yeah, that's almost as much as the autograph cost, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Good God.
And that's certified by JSA. The Dirk Benedict autograph is certified through James Spence Authentication.
There you go. So,
and then the last piece is a painted Mike Mayhew. This is the corner box for Scream.
And the USP code, right?
Yep, the USB code at the bottom. Here's a close-up of the corner box of Scream. And there's a close-up of the Null character. It's about 8.5 by 11. It's on comic board, so it's thicker cardstock. $400.
For a painted piece by Mayhew, yeah.
Painted piece by Mayhew.
Yeah. Well, that's an exclusive. So, once again, if someone's not watching this live and they're watching it later, hopefully, if you want it, it'll still be there. If not, sorry about your luck. Should have been on live.
That's it. So, if anybody wants them, just message me. Let me know. First come, first serve.
Yep, those are definitely killer prices, Ryan.
I got to pay for flights.
Oh, yeah. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, that's it.
Wilson says he will take the Leighton sketch cover. So, there you go. One's gone already, guys. Good pickup, Wilson. That's a hell of a deal. I can't believe Ken's letting that go for $200.
Did I say 200?
Yeah, you said 200, Ken. I know. I told you it was crazy. Yeah.
Well, so I'll just invoice you with the with David's piece with that.
There you go. Deals galore. Lucas almost took it. He was tempted.
Hey, snooze, you lose, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better when somebody claims it, then you don't feel bad anymore.
You're like, yeah, because if it sits out there for a minute, you get to end up second guessing yourself and triple guessing yourself. We're not trying to get everybody's money. We don't want all your money, you know. Is that Bruce I hear?
No, that's not my dog. I don't know who. I
Oh.
don't know if it's Ariel or David or. Wilson is surprisingly quiet.
Wow.
If anybody wants to see any of those pieces again, just let me know. I'll throw them back up.
Yep. Annika says thanks too. She was gonna message Ken about that piece, so you saved some people's wallets tonight, Wilson.
Yeah.
Very good. But you got a great piece at a great deal, so good on you, buddy. Wow, that karma is looking fantastic. Oh, man.
No, the detail errors putting into this.
I know, man. Hanukkah scores another one. That's crazy.
I think Annika's setting these things up beforehand. Paying extra.
Well, it definitely took her a couple minutes to figure out what she wanted, so she honestly didn't think she was going to get it. So,
Did you watch the Dueling Dealer last night, Jeff?
no, I said we had a storm blow through last night. I lost power for like 2 hours from like 8 to 10, so I didn't get a chance to catch it. I think I tried to watch a little bit, but the internet, everything wasn't working here. So
Berkey sold an $18,000 cover.
Jesus, what cover was that?
I don't even remember. But it had to be set up.
I mean, they have some fantastic pieces on there sometimes, but yeah, I mean, to drop 18 grand, it's just
insane.
That's like I say, there's several different tiers of collecting, and I am definitely not in the $18,000 category of collecting.
Not a lot of us are.
Yeah.
That's definitely a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he said he had 300 viewers yesterday. I don't know if I had 300 if you add up every viewer I've had since we started. I'm just kidding.
What did we get to tonight, Ken? What was did you see what the biggest number was?
We were up around 30 at one point.
Oh, okay. So are people claiming on Facebook, or are they claiming on YouTube?
I can actually look at the viewers. We don't have any Facebook or YouTube viewers right now. We're all Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Which is surprising because during Larry's show Monday, it was almost split 50-50.
Yeah, but if you guys are, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel for us. Plus, when you're trying to get, I heard that the YouTube was the faster way to get through. I heard that it gets through a little bit faster than the Facebook. So,
yeah, I heard the lag is a lot less. So, if you think a claim is coming up, it might be better to be on YouTube than on Facebook.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like I was saying, YouTube was slower today.
Oh,
that might be
really?
I'm watching it. So how would you know that, Annika? Do you have both of them up? Are you testing things? What's going on here? See, we're starting to figure her out.
Mm-hmm. So, David, we know who your favorite X-Men artists were. Do you have a favorite artist who worked on New Mutants?
Bill Sienkiewicz.
Sienkiewicz, yeah. His stuff was just mind-blowing. I actually have a little quickie by Sienkiewicz on my wall right over here. Let's see if I can show that one off. I had him do this magic for me. I don't know if everybody can see that one, but it's almost like one of those drawings where you put your pen down and don't pick it up.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's not obviously it's not one of the fancy ones. It's not a painted piece, but it's just exactly what I was, what you want out of like a quick sketch, just something. Very cool. One of the few pieces I have framed and on my wall. But yeah.
Definitely got talent.
Yeah, he's gonna make it someday. I tell you what.
He keeps practicing. He'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely learn how to pronounce people's names once you see people start on the live streams versus just reading them in the books. It's kind of like sometimes character names. We always joke about the fact that when the Doctor Strange movie came out, nobody knew how they were going to, if Dormammu was going to be in the movie, nobody knew how it was going to be pronounced because nobody had ever heard it spoken aloud before. So there were some people who thought it was Dormammu, and most of us hoped it was going to be Dormammu because that's how we read it when we were reading those books back in the day, and that turned out that's how it was pronounced. Same thing with Caecilius. Some people thought it was going to be Caecilius. You just never know. When you're reading it, you just pronounce it the way you think it's pronounced, and every once in a while you just pronounce it completely wrong.
Man, imagine being a kid and trying to say John Buscema's name.
Yeah.
Like Buscema?
Yeah, exactly. I still hear it now, and I still like Mark Teixeira, or is it Mark Teixeira? Is it, and I'm like, wait, that's a baseball player. Hold on a second. And you have to try to figure it out.
Yep, that's Teixeira.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Linda says she remembers when she was a kid finding out how to pronounce Magneto. Completely different than she thought. Could be, Magneto.
Did we just have this conversation?
Yeah. Wow, that Valkyrie is just killer. All right, that's it, Ken. I'm going to have Annika host from now on. I'm going to start doing claims. No, I think Ken was nice enough to get Ariel to do a piece for me, so I'll be very happy whenever that comes about. No rush at all, by the way. Take your time.
I appreciate it.
Of course. I was having so much trouble trying to figure out who to get you to do. I had my daughter help me out, so
Awesome.
So whoever it was that Ken said, I can't even remember who it was. She told me I had to. Yeah, yeah, exactly. She told me I had to get that character, and I'm like, all right, you named it. That's the one. Yeah, Lucas, you weren't the only one. We all had to kind of.
Jeff and I were on a call with a couple friends, and one of the guys said Magneto, and we all ripped into him about it. And he was arguing with us that no, it's magnet with an O, so it's Magneto. And, yeah, it was fun.
Well, it's like on Dueling Dealers when you hear Ramita Man Berkey say a homage, like, oh, this is a homage to, and you're like, I want to reach into the screen and strangle and be like, it's pronounced homage.
Yeah.
Then the H is silent. I don't know. You still get people who pronounce the L in salmon, so I'm not too critical of that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Can I have a piece of salmon, please?
So don't hate me, but I say salmon. Yeah, Ariel, get out of here.
For the longest time, my wife couldn't say cinnamon.
Synonym?
Cinnamon.
Oh, cinnamon.
Yeah, she'd say cinnamon. She couldn't do it, but as she's gotten older, she's gotten better at it.
There you go. I used to know a math teacher who had the biggest trouble saying the word quadratic. And I'm like, you're a math teacher. How do you not know how to pronounce quadratic? The quadratic equation.
My younger daughter reads a lot, and there's an old saying that if somebody mispronounces words but uses them correctly, it's because they read it more than they say it.
Mm-hmm.
And she does that all the time. She'll say it was somebody's name. I think it was Tobias, and she was saying like Tobias, and she kept saying it. It was like, no, it's Tobias. No, it's Tobias. It's Tobias. But she does it all the time. It's funny because she just reads so much.
Yeah.
But she never heard the word spoken. She doesn't know how to say it.
Mm-hmm. I used to read to my daughter. She used to read these great books, and they had these tons of character names, and I used to read it to her every night. And I totally mispronounced one of the characters' names. So when she went with her mom and was continuing reading and doing the books for the summer, her mom pronounced it, correctly, because of course she can read, and I apparently can't. And my daughter didn't want her to pronounce it correctly. She wanted her to pronounce it incorrectly because that's what I had told her it was pronounced as. So every time that her mother would say the name, she would correct her with the incorrect pronunciation of the name. And I'm like, there you go. That's my girl. That's my girl. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Monica's sending me inappropriate photos.
Uh-oh.
This is what she's doing instead of claiming art. What should you?
Oh. I said, we've already talked about this. Whenever we get her in person, she's definitely cooking for us.
Yes.
Need to get some of those pot stickers she's dropping on the floor all the time. Cachet.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Her keyboard's covered in rice. Well, if that's what it takes to get a claim in,
That's right. You got to do things properly.
I say, watching these streams, I always feel like the bridesmaid, never the bride, watching all these beautiful pieces go to other people.
We'll probably be talking about MegaCon for many weeks, especially as we start to formulate more plans and ideas. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if anybody's lucky enough to be able to go down to that show, yeah, definitely come by and say hi. We're going to try to do some kind of special thing for the 4C crowd. We want to definitely get new people to come and join, but we definitely want to thank all the people who've been with us the whole time. So it's a very, very fine line to make sure we reward the people who've been here and, try to bring new people in. I know the people who are here probably don't want us to bring new people in because it's hard enough to get sketches now, but I always try to tell everybody, I mean, the more people we get in, the more people we can get to come on and draw, and the more of these sketch ops we can do. So it benefits everybody. So definitely tell a friend and Jose, there you go. He's had his MegaCon ticket since last year. All right.
Awesome. We'll definitely stop by and say hi.
Yes.
I can't wait to see where they're going to put us.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how you've been to that show. I've never been there, so I don't know how it's set up. So I'm very curious to see how it is.
Last time it was Artist Alley was not on an end, kind of the side, and it was U-shaped. And the outer edge of the U were all the pro creators, and then within the U were all the fan art people, non-published guys or stuff like that. So,
yeah.
I was told we're going to be in the pro creator area. So I'm not sure where we're going to be. We'll have a group of tables, and now we got to figure out how we're going to make it look. Get some banners made, figure out how we're going to display things. A lot of planning. I mean, it sounds like it's far away. I think it was 70 days away. They just posted something a few days ago saying it was 70 days away. But
it'll come
quick.
Yeah, it'll come before you know it.
Maybe we'll do a live sketch claim for MegaCon.
Hey. That'll make Annika happy. She'll be able to join us via live sketch claim since she'll be in California. She won't be able to attend.
Yeah, exactly. There's too much lag.
But that's all in Ken's backyard, so he knows where all the good restaurants are. So I can't wait to get some good food while we're down there.
There's no lack of food down here, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. That is exceptional. Look at that. Awesome. Awesome.
You up for another day?
Sure.
That said,
Evan got it in that time.
He did. Evan would like to claim a Scarlet from G.I. Joe, or a Hawk Girl, or a 90s Jean Grey. So you get 3 choices this time. Scarlet from G.I. Joe, Hawk Girl, or 90s Jean Grey.
What is a 90s Jean Grey?
I guess that's the Jim Lee version of Jean Grey. Let me see.
Maybe she had that little tiara kind of thing.
Let's see.
The bandana.
The
Yeah,
bandana one? Yeah, let's see. 90s. Jean Grey. All right, images. Oh, there we go. So here we go. I need to turn the brightness down on this. There we go.
Oh, I think I know which one it is.
It'll focus.
Here we go. So that one right there, David, if you got it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that one.
There you go.
Alrighty.
90s Jean Grey it is.
Right.
Wait, did he say hot girl?
Yeah, it's right on the screen.
Hawk.
Either
Scarlet. Hawk Girl was another one. Yeah.
Scarlet from G.I. Joe, Hawk Girl, or 90s Jean Grey.
Hawk Girl would be pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think I might do hot girl. Maybe. Let me think about this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
I just did I did 2 X characters.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I might want to change it up.
There you go.
Monica, I think your piece is done.
That is super sweet. Wow. Ariel, thank you so much for coming on and doing that. That's so great.
Thank you. My time for just one more.
Just one more.
Yeah, if anybody's up for it.
Oh, I think you're going to get a claim right away. Let's see.
Thank you, Anika.
Annika says she loves it. Thank you
Yeah,
so
I got
much.
Oh, look how Lucas claimed it.
Let's see. Yep, Lucas did claim it. He got the claim in. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry, Ari. Sorry, Clint. And those guys were ready too. Wow. Yeah, Lucas just went with the simple word claim. And even though I'm sure everybody else has their thing all set up, he apparently has the fastest fingers in the West, or fastest internet in the West, at least. All right, Lucas, who do you want, buddy? Yeah, Linda, we're pretty impressed too. Clint says one of these days he'll get a sketch. One of these.
Maleficent or Bosk?
Oh my gosh! You kidding me with the?
Please do Bosk.
Is she gonna do Bosk?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
We had a Bosk done. Was it last time you were on, David?
Yes.
No, it's the time before. It was the time before.
Time before, yeah.
I think it.
He had never done it before.
Creature.
He had never done it before, and he did a fantastic job. I think I can see if I have video.
This is going to be like the third Bosk that we've gotten done on these live sketch ops. Wow.
I'm torn.
Let's see if I have it.
I have no idea which one.
Well, I know that. Bosk fits your Star Wars, stuff you've been doing, and it's definitely a character. Have you ever drawn Bosk before?
I have not.
Oh, see, I mean, come on. Let's see.
I already did a Maleficent.
Yeah, there's David's Bosk. That was cool.
And it was the first time he did it too.
All right, I'm gonna do Bosk.
Yeah, all right. So cool.
I think I'm gonna do hot girl.
Do it.
Yeah.
You can do Bosk again if you want, Dave.
Yeah.
One of these days, we'll just have to have everybody throw out suggestions and then let the artist pick from the suggestions. And that's who gets the sketch, is who makes the...
You know, I thought about doing a show where the claims would have to be in a genre. So you would just say Star Wars, and it's artist choice. But, I don't know. I would feel bad if somebody got a character they didn't like.
Yeah.
But I guess they could agree to it. You know, the artist could say, okay, I'll draw you a Jawa. They could say, no, I don't want a Jawa.
Why wouldn't you want a Jawa? I mean, come on. Yeah, and for anybody who's going to be searching for this YouTube video later, unfortunately, it wouldn't let us change the title.
No, I changed it.
Did you finally get it changed? Okay, good.
I did. Yep. And we got 2 people on YouTube watching right now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Most of our viewers are on Facebook, of course. Jar Jar Binks. No.
No, God, no.
No.
For $1,000, maybe.
You heard it. Her price for Jar Jar is $1,000. Maybe. Maybe if they made it Jar Jar Binks Sith Lord, and then you could do it.
Yeah.
The death of Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
So we have 2 artists basically both starting at the same point. So you get to see 2 different perspectives. David goes with loose prelim.
It's not a race, though, Ken. Come on, we're not doing.
I'm talking about the styles. I'm talking about the styles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, David goes with more of a loose prelim, where areas are a little more tight.
Mm-hmm. Although we could try to do, after these are done, is try to squeeze out another one of those 5-minute draw-offs. I don't know if Ariel's. So what we did was we had Larry Stroman on, and we had Javier was on, and David was on, and we just spur of the moment decided that we were going to do a literal 5-minute sketch on the clock. We had a character picked, and we just did it, and each artist had 5 minutes to draw the character. Little did we know that Larry Stroman had this thing in his back pocket, and he knew exactly what he was going to do, how he was going to do it before it even came up. So David, the fix was in.
Yeah.
He told Ken a story. Ken, what did he tell you?
He said that when he first started drawing, he used to do profile sketches in New York City in Times Square, 5-minute profile sketches for people.
Wow.
So
Oh yeah.
He was
definitely.
And he was the one complaining that he didn't want to do it. I don't want to do a 5-minute sketch. He was like that old guy who draws you in. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's do it. 5-minute sketch, profile shot, Galactus, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the
He already knew he was already done. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And David saying, "No, wait, that wasn't 5 minutes."
Yeah, he definitely rope-a-doped us. But it was really fun. It was fun to do it, to watch everybody draw, to see what they could get done, to see the different things they did. Like, David went all out. He did like a torso with like Galactus's hand was out, and it was like, and then Javier just did like a headshot, but it was front facing, and of course Larry was just like profile
with nothing but black everywhere.
Yeah.
Just heavy inks. He took out the big brush and just went to town.
Yeah, it was pretty fun though.
Yeah, it was funny.
I will get my revenge.
Well, if we do another one of those, you definitely get to pick the character. So
Did you ever reach out to Dave?
Say again. Yes, he did.
You did? Okay. After that night, Larry the next day was like, "Can I have David's number? I want to talk to him." I said, "Sure." There you go. Then I said, "Oh, I should have asked David first," but he was okay with it.
I can't wait to see how this box turns out. It's already looking pretty phenomenal. We're gonna be the Bosk sketch group pretty soon. It's just gonna be
Bosk, Jane Foster Thor, and Erica Slaughter.
Yeah. Which one doesn't fit in that group?
Oh, and Hagar the Horrible. Don't forget that.
No, we need to get all these Bosk sketches trending on comic art fans so we can, make the character super popular again.
Yeah, that would be funny. The next thing you know, they'll announce during The Mandalorian, Bosk is coming back.
Yeah. Due to popular demand.
We'll take credit for it.
Of course we will.
The revival, the Bosk revival. Sounds like a metal band out of Europe.
Yeah, all this Star Wars is making me nostalgic. I may have to watch Empire Strikes Back. Which, by the way, is the best of the 9 Star Wars movies. That's not an opinion, that's a fact.
Naturally.
Fight me if you want to, but you're wrong. Empire Strikes Back is also one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, but it's definitely the best Star Wars movie. People just don't know. You just can't imagine what it was like as a kid to watch that movie and to find out that Vader was Luke's father and he cut off Luke's arm and Han Solo gets taken away in carbonite and basically the bad guys win and you had no idea what was going to happen and it took 3 years for you to find out. There was no internet. There was no leaks. You just had to stew on that for 3 years.
Coming back to watching commentary, I saw the documentary on Disney Plus for the the making of the Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was seeing that only I think only James Earl Jones and Mark Hamill only knew about the reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in the crew, cast, nobody knew about the reveal.
Yeah, they all thought it was that Obi-Wan killed Luke's father. That was the line from that the actor David Prowse said during the filming. Yeah, Hamill had to sit on that secret for a long time.
I think it was almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a Star Wars fan if you don't think Empire is the best movie.
Yep. I'll fight anybody who says different.
Sorry, Lucas.
Sorry, Lucas. Yeah, if I spoiled that movie from 1980, I'm sorry. Totally my fault.
They were laughing because you had the 4C over your face.
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
No, you're good. We're just talking about Empire Strikes Back.
Did you hear me?
Oh man, I'll be back again.
That's all right. We'll be here.
Switched the wrong time.
Let's see. So, Ariel, do you ever bring your kids with you when you go to cons?
I try not to because my daughter, she has ADHD, and my son, he's autistic, so he doesn't do very well in crowds.
Oh yeah.
How old are your kids?
3 and 4.
Oh, okay. You're your little ones.
Yeah, so when they get bigger, it's up to them if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Did they like you drawing things for them?
My daughter, she really likes Frozen, so I would occasionally sketch with her, and she would say, like, "Can you draw Elsa?" And like, I guess the 100th Elsa I've drawn for you.
We did put out a sketchbook. Oh, Elsa.
Yeah, well, with Bill Morrison coming on with us down to MegaCon, he drew a ton of the video covers and movie posters for when they re-released all those Disney movies back in the late 80s and early 90s. So even though he's best known for doing the Simpsons stuff, he can draw that Disney stuff like nobody's business.
He was telling a story about how he helped with the character designs of Little Mermaid, and he still has that stuff.
God. I'm sure there's some people out there who would just eat that up.
He told some stories of stuff that I never realized. Like somebody asked him about Radioactive Man. Where did the idea of Radioactive Man come to play? And he said that Radioactive Man and Krusty were both characters that were modeled after Homer to be Bart's heroes, because Homer is not Bart's hero. So Krusty is the mean, grouchy version of Homer, and Radioactive Man is the heroic version of Homer. And yeah, made a lot of sense. You don't realize that for a silly cartoon like The Simpsons, that there's actual, character development and things like that they put into. And then people kept asking about, is Matt Groening from the future? And another thing, he said that, that video of Trump coming down the escalator that they say,
they always say shows that Matt knows that, yeah, but
it's done after.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he had comic books with him, and he had Simpsons Futurama comics, and somebody asked him about that, and he said that he pitched it to Matt Groening, and he said no. He said because the Simpsons are a cartoon on Futurama, so there's no continuity. But there was some sort of device on Futurama where they took somebody out of the TV or something like that in a different episode. So Bill suggested that they use that to bring the Simpsons onto Futurama, and Matt Groening agreed, and they wrote the book, and then a couple years later they made an episode of a TV show out of it. So his idea for a comic turned into a show at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a huge Futurama fan, and I never would have. I never put it together that they weren't existing in the same universe.
Well, he said one of the ongoing jokes was that the Simpsons were still on 1,000 years for 1,000 years. Well, they're getting there. I think they're on season 31 or 32 now.
Yeah, it's crazy. They were one of the first one of the first stables on the Fox network when, you and I are old enough to remember before there was Fox.
Yeah.
Like there used to only be 3 networks and PBS. That was it.
Yep.
And then this upstart company Fox came out, and they, with their Simpsons and X-Files and
X-Files, yeah.
Yeah, those were the 2 shows that basically,
Married with Children,
right? Rocketed them onto the scene. Like I said, it's always funny to, especially with all the young Star Wars fans that are out there now. Like, I remember we used to, the first time, like beyond the theaters, when we first watched all those Star Wars movies, they were on HBO, and that was the first time you were able to have them to watch at home whenever you wanted to, because you just, my dad had a Betamax, which is the predecessor to the VHS recorder, and we recorded all of our favorite movies off of HBO so we could watch them over and over and over, and we must have burned out those tapes for all the Star Wars movies. I'm sure we watched them hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times.
Oh yeah. I remember when the special editions came out in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, those things generated as much money as they did the opening day.
Yeah.
Just because they had some new graphics and
1997, I think.
Changed a couple scenes, and unfortunately some of it became canon, like Han shooting at Greedo.
Yeah, everybody knows that Han shot first.
Everybody knows Han shot first. And if you don't know Han shot first, you're not a kid. You're not an ass.
Yeah.
Ariel, who shot first? She's a newer Star Wars. She's young.
Oh, come on. I grew up on Star Wars.
That's still a line I use whenever I go out sometimes. If I'm when I'm leaving, I'll take a silver dollar and I'll throw it on the table and I'll be like, sorry about the mess. And just walk right out.
That's fun. I'll tell you, I don't know if you get a chance when you're down here for MegaCon, Jeff, but you go on that ride, Rise of the Resistance, that they have in Disney.
I know. I have a connection to get me passes.
Of a movie.
Yeah.
And you get to live it. You're actually a part of what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just amazing ride.
Well, unfortunately, I'm only going to be down there for the show. So unless you want to give me a day off to go to Disney World, Ken,
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to do it this time.
Yeah, it takes Saturday. It won't be busy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Saturday. That's a slow day, right? No, I might actually come back down in December with my daughter. So we'll have to see if we come back down. We can visit while we're down there. I said I have a friend whose husband works for Disney, so she usually gets us free tickets, which is definitely a saver when you're trying to save money on that trip.
Hook a girl up.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, you have to. She has to literally go into the park with you. She can leave once she gotten you into the park, but she can't, you have to be accompanied. So she can't just, It's not just like printable tickets that she can just give you and you could just use. Basically, you get in for free as a guest of the people who work for whatever. And she gets, I forget what it is. She gets 64 guest passes a year or something. But
Wow.
Yeah, but each ticket only counts for one park. So if you take somebody and they go to multiple parks, and say that you invite a family of 4 and they go to 3 of the different parks, well, you just use 16 of your 64 tickets for one day of taking one other family with you to the park. So they go pretty quick. But yeah, I've been waiting for. I think last year she couldn't get us into Star Wars, or the year before, before the world shut down, she couldn't get us into Star Wars yet because they weren't letting. They weren't letting him use the guest passes for the Star Wars stuff, only for the regular parks. So we'll see.
I got to go to when the land first opened. I had a friend of mine who's a cast member, and the cast member's got a preview.
Mm-hmm.
And she got 2 tickets, and she said, "You were the first person I thought of." So I got the cast member preview, and the Rise of Resistance wasn't open at the time. It was just the Millennium Falcon. But I got to walk around and not so crowded. I did the lightsaber thing, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Truth be told, we are huge. We're huge Harry Potter fans in this house. So when we go to Florida, we typically go to Universal and do all the Hogwarts and stuff down there. So
yeah, we used to go to Harry Potter weekend when they had it every year. That was a lot of fun. Then they stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Same thing with they used to have Star Wars weekends. I went to 2 of them, and then they canceled it. But that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
They canceled Harry Potter.
What'd you say, Dave?
I said they canceled Harry Potter.
They canceled the Harry Potter weekend. Yeah.
Well, I saw whenever I usually no, I think they just canceled the special event for the people that live locally, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a weekend. They would bring in the actors. They would bring in props. They'd have a whole Harry Potter area. They would have shows, trivia shows. The last year they had it was the year that Alan Rickman died. So a whole tribute to Alan Rickman. It was pretty cool because they had everybody hold up their wands.
Aw.
It was really cool.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights of our visit there was when my daughter went to Ollivander's wand shop and she got to get picked to go up and pick her wand. I got a whole video of that, which is just great. If anybody ever goes to do that, they take everybody into this little room. They do it about every 15 minutes, and then they pick one kid from the crowd, and they bring them up, and they do this whole little 5-minute thing where they get to pick, where they give them a wand, and the first one doesn't work, and they give them a wand, and the second one doesn't work, and then they give them a third wand, and the guy who's handing out the wands goes, "I wonder." And then the lights come down and the music starts and the wind blows, and it's just like when Harry got his wand. It's pretty fun. If you got little kids, I highly recommend it. But don't feel bad if you didn't get it the first time. My daughter wanted it so bad. We went through 7 times in a row until she got picked. So, but so worth it.
My youngest daughter, is one of those kids who gets picked for everything.
Oh, jeez.
So it doesn't matter where we go. If they're picking somebody out of the crowd, they grab her. So we went with Ollivander's and they picked her. And then she went with a friend of hers and they picked her again. She said she was shaking her head no to the guy, no.
Oh, man. But yeah, Ariel, can you imagine if I got you into Disney World on MegaCon weekend? You didn't have your kids with you? I mean, good God.
That would be fun.
It's almost like Disney's no place for kids, No,
I'm definitely here for the rides.
Yeah, that's what I always used to tell people about comic book conventions when I my daughter was real young, when she was like 6 or 7, and I'd be they'd be like, "Oh, are you bringing your daughter with you?" I'm like a comic book convention's no place for a child. It's like, what are you talking about? All I do is stand in line all day.
Alrighty.
You all done?
Let's see that boss. Throw it up on the screen there, Ken. Look at that. Check that out.
Tried.
Another great boss to add to the collection of bosses.
That's fantastic.
Should do this nostril just a tiny bit bigger. There you go.
Oh, now it's perfect. I was going to say, but before it looked awful. Yeah, you had to fix the nostril. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Another happy 4C. Yeah, Lucas says perfect. Annika says, wow.
Thank you, guys.
Oh man, well, thank you so much again for joining us, and thank you for doing a couple sketches. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I just see all this mess behind me. I gotta sort all that out.
What do you got behind you?
Sketch covers.
Oh.
It's a huge pile.
You start to do those?
Just kind of like sort through them, and then some I take with me, and then I gotta sort prints and stuff. So, got quite a bit left to pack before I fly out tomorrow.
Well, thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. Hopefully we didn't put you too far behind.
Nah, it's okay.
Lucas, you'll pay Eric directly there, buddy. Just reach out to her on Messenger. She'll take care of you.
And then you don't have to be doing shipping, so I guess I can give them to you tomorrow. Saturday.
Yep, you can give them to me on Saturday, and I'll ship them out. I'll either put them in with something that you guys have coming from me, or I'll ship them out anyway.
Okay.
And yeah, and make it easy. You guys will get them quick.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks, Ariel. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
And I'll see
thank
you
so
on
much.
Saturday, kiddo.
Yeah,
If you need anything, just let me know.
will do.
All right, because I live right there, so I can bring you whatever you need if you need something.
Coffee.
All right.
Yes. Coffee is life.
Coffee.
All right. Good night, you
Nice
guys.
meeting
Take
Have a
care.
great night, Ariel. Thanks so much.
All right.
Boom. So there you go. That hot girl's coming out great too. Good choice on the hot girl.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh look, my face finally isn't covered up by the 4C logo. That's all right.
I like my face is covered.
Well, you got your comic book avatar now.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting in the dark because my wife went to bed, so you won't be able to see me anyway.
So, David, are there any movies or shows coming out soon that you're looking forward to seeing?
Not really. I watch a lot of, cooking shows or or just watch movies that I've already seen like a billion times and stuff like that, just to keep me company. It's
I found that I'm becoming less and less interested in television since with COVID and everything.
I find it harder and harder to find movies, because I don't have Amazon, I don't have Hulu, I just have Netflix and Disney Plus. So I've been watching movies on like YouTube. I've been watching movies on the Roku channel. Movies that I feel like these are movies that like every single other streaming network is turned down. But I'm just like, I'm so starved for like watching something different that and I can't decide. They have too many movies on Netflix, and I go through it all the time, and I'm like, I don't want to watch any of this stuff. What did I just watch? I just watched. It's a movie called Warm Bodies. It's like a zombie love story. It's pretty. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was funny. So there, if anybody's looking for something to watch, get on your Roku and watch Warm Bodies. It's from like 5 years ago or 6 years ago or something. It's not too old.
Oh, I think I know about that. My wife watched it.
Yeah.
She finds any kind of zombie movie, or television show, or anything.
Oh yeah.
It has to go through her first.
Yeah, Annika, the one with Nicholas Hoult. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, the actor who played Beast in the X-Men stuff played the lead in that one. and he's a zombie who wants to be human again, and tries to find his way back to humanity through love and brains, love and brains.
No way back to humanity from love.
You watch, and Dave, you watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit all over the place, but it was all right. I wouldn't watch it twice.
Yeah, those shows definitely aren't super rewatchable after you've seen them all. Are you looking forward to the Loki one?
No, even though I like, the actor, but I'm not that much into the, what do you call it? The bad guy is the lead type.
Right. Anti-hero, sort of.
Yeah. He's an anti-hero.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the idea of ever having to root for those types of characters.
Right. Yeah, it is pretty funny how people forget how many hundreds and hundreds of people he murdered.
Exactly.
But it's okay because he's lovable and he has, those are just humans. He's a god, so they don't really count.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like when they do movies like The Joker, they want you to sympathize with, a person like that, where you're just like, no, or you find yourself, because of the director and what they did, you're almost rooting for their turn. You know what I mean? To all this crime, and I'm like, no, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
So did you not like the Joker movie?
It was made well. It's one of those things like I wouldn't watch twice. It's like, okay, I got it, and it's a study in trauma and all this other kind of stuff. It just makes you feel tired after watching. It's like, why do I have to go through this? With this person, I don't want to sympathize with this person whatsoever. And,
there's definitely a lot of movies made that are super cinematically beautiful and the acting is really good, but then you're just like, yeah, but it's so freaking depressing. Why would anybody want to make this into a movie?
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing Legends of the Fall back in like the 90s. It had like Brad Pitt and like Anthony Hopkins and all these actors. It's like the most depressing movie ever. It was beautiful to look at, but it was just like you feel worse coming out of that movie than you did going in.
Yeah. And especially with this genre we love, and I'm like, why do we need to do this? Why are we championing this stuff? This is, we already have enough anti-heroes, and how far are we going to take this? Madness. Just bring it back to absolute good and absolute evil. And absolute good always wins. Some people just want it just that simple.
Well, I think that's what made comic books so, you could have just a guy be bad just for the sake of being bad, and then you had the good guys. That's why it was, the Legion of Doom and the what Magneto called it. They weren't, it wasn't the Brotherhood of Mutants, it was the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Exactly.
There was a line drawn.
Yeah, but they want to blur these lines all the time now. It's just like, ugh. Why? Oh well.
Yeah.
That's why I got to create my own stuff, and do it the way I see fit. If people are with it, then they're with it. If they're not, oh
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to make comic books for an audience that's not there. Most of the audiences, young audiences, are playing video games and stuff like that. So my stuff caters to guys our age and say, hey, remember when? You know.
So what kind of interesting stuff did you send me, Dave?
I ain't telling you nothing.
All of it, Ken. It's all interesting. It's top secret when you get the pallet on your front porch.
That's right.
That's funny.
Yeah, Ken, you think you don't have room to move around now. Just wait till you get all that stuff from David.
No, listen, everything's 11 by 17. It's easy, you know. I'll just might take me a while to scan it all, but yesterday I'm boxing all the Bill Morrison stuff, and I called Jeff, and Jeff's like, "Hey, do you have a scan of this? Do you have a scan of that?" And I'm like, "Man, you're slowing me down."
Yeah, well, I want him to have a record of all this pretty art, and he's just happy to get it put away and packaged up and out of his house. I'm like, no, man, you gotta scan it. You gotta save it. But hopefully we'll be doing another sketch op for Mr. Morrison soon on 4C, so look out for that. I'm telling you, man, this guy doesn't just do The Simpsons. It's when you see the talent this guy's got for drawing pretty much any kind of style, it's pretty crazy.
Let's see if I have any pictures on here. Hold on.
Like he did a really cool, like an animated Batman that's sort of like from the Brave and the Bold series. And he did. I saw some Disney characters he did that were pretty awesome. And I was talking to him about whether or not he could do, or I was talking to Ken to see if he could do any other animated stuff, like say X-Men the animated series, and he can draw just like that too. So I'm like, this guy can draw almost anything. It's pretty crazy.
Just gotta find them.
That Hot Girl is just great. Oh. This is Luke. This is Lucas's Ken. Lucas got the Hot Girl.
Yeah.
That's just.
Hold on a sec.
I don't think I have any Hot Girl in my entire collection. I'm just thinking about that.
I know I don't.
Let her outside.
There's that. One. That's Bacon's.
Doe.
Hold on. This one was like amazing. I was jealous of this one when I saw it.
Yeah, I said that Batman was pretty cool. Just very simple, but very, like I said, very brave and the bold. See David breaking out his professional art tools. Is this cotton ball or is this Kleenex? What are you using here?
Yeah, cleaner.
Clean. There you go. Oh, yeah, there's one of the Disney characters, Robin Hood from the Disney movie. I mean, come on. Just great stuff. Yeah. So it'll be interesting when we open Bill back up to do another sketch op. See how many. I think we got the majority of the stuff we got from the first sketch op was Simpsons and Futurama stuff, but I'll be curious if we don't get some more other stuff. Like, oh yeah, there's one of his Universal monsters. He did Bride of Frankenstein. That's pretty great.
Yeah, he can draw a lot of different styles. That was great, Dave.
Oh, Annika, yeah, you could have gotten Maleficent. And you got him live too. You got him on the live one. You got a great piece though. Your two characters, with your Disney theme, that was pretty awesome. But yeah, you could have got Maleficent. I guess you'll have to jump on the next sketch op.
Well, that's a great idea. My kids would love that.
Mm-hmm. Wow, David's going to town on this one, man.
He is. Have you drawn Hooker before, Dave?
I'm sure I have, but I can't remember for whom or when the last time I did, but I'm pretty sure I have.
Gotta love when he breaks out the white.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to see, my friend. We'll have to see. I don't know when we're gonna do the next claim op for Bill.
I'm waiting for a few people to let me know if they want to do one coming up soon. If I don't hear, I may actually do one with Bill. He's up for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could definitely bring him back on the live show. That was fun.
What did we go 5.5 hours that night?
I don't know. I remember we did 12 pieces.
I think I thought it was 16.
Well, it was 12, and then 4 or 5 of them had multiple characters.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. I have to keep them a little more simple this time. No full figures. He said that actually. He didn't want to do full figure drive.
Yeah. I think we should stop at busts. I think would be the way to go. Did you get Ken? I sent you a message. Did you get that?
So.
Look at that piece, man. That is awesome. That is a great choice, and you knocked that thing out of the frickin' park. Holy cow.
Wow.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right. I think that'll be it for me tonight, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yep.
say I think we're calling it.
Okay.
David, thanks for filling in, buddy. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It would have been a shame to have to cancel a show with short notice like that, but thankfully we have good friends who step up to the plate for us and for our clientele base and get things done. So really appreciate it.
Yeah, very much so. Thank you very, very much.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, everyone who participated. Next week should be a good one. Randy Emberlin. You guys got some great stories. I can't wait. That's going to be a great show next Thursday.
Yeah, so get your fingers ready for the claims, and remember to pick a character from the Spider-Man universe, and he's going to be knocking them out. So,
and I have some open commission spots. If you can't make the show, hit me up, and we can fill up those commission spots for them.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, remember, get vaccinated and have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week.